All right. Welcome to Brackish Bandits.
And just to let you know, we can still cut this if something crazy were to get said, like right now.
Yeah. If he just starts dropping N-bombs or something.
Left and right.
We can...
It's very possible.
We can pretend we're going to cut that out.
Possible.
Never know.
Or even, that'd be cool to put like a bleep over it. Just start. I would love to just start bleeping you and you just say like random things. So it's just like, Jesus Christ, that guy.
This guy's got a fucking mouth off.
Yeah, we got our good friend, our colleague, CP with us. Are you cool with your full name on here?
No.
No?
We keep it as CP.
Don't do that.
CP.
CP's fine for now.
Good.
We'll see how the video goes. If I end up coming back.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, shit. So what's been up, boys? Just had Christmas. That's all done. Everybody have a good Christmas?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
It's
Lots
awesome.
of family.
That's awesome.
Did you guys get any great presents?
I got this watch actually, so I'm not disappointed.
That is
nice.
a pretty great present.
They're essentially my parents-in-law buy me hygiene shit every year, and it just makes me feel like a fucking dirtbag.
You know what's funny? I just this year I got a 3-pack of like the body spray.
Ooh.
From her mom.
Real passive-aggressive.
And I was.
I mean, that one's not too bad. I feel like if they're like buying you soap and deodorant and shit, that's like, all right, what the fuck are you trying to tell me here?
I'm talking about bars of Sasquatch soap, a specific unibrow trimmer for the eyebrows.
Ooh, that one's rough. Did you use it?
Dandruff.
You're looking good up there.
A dandruff scratcher for the scalp and face.
Okay.
They're sending some hot messages, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't think
a
that
dandruff scratcher. Yeah. Yeah, they're coming in hot.
It
They're being extremely passive aggressive.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's time to turn up the heat, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe get what was that? Maybe get Dad some fucking Blue Chew next year. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
really call him out. You know what I mean? Like,
It's time to stand up for
that's
yourself.
terrible.
Your wife had
I didn't think about
mentioned something. I just figured you could use that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd go great.
Really
man.
fucking call him out.
What about you, Big A? What'd you get?
Yeah, what did you get?
I mean, I technically bought myself for the family a PS5.
Oh,
Which-
that's smart.
It's mostly for me.
What a bunch of suckers.
They fell for it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's for everybody.
Oh, thanks, Dad. You're the best.
It's for everybody. And I was like, don't fucking touch it.
It's still my turn.
Let me set it up.
Yeah.
Got to test it out real quick.
But, so yeah, it was pretty cool, you know. Oh, my wife got me a replacement monitor because I have my second monitor for my computer, but it's like an old Dell monitor. The thing is fucking 45 pounds. Like, so it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
It's got the phosphorus bulb.
It's like that fucking thick.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, so it was a great second monitor while it lasted, but she got me a nice one, like just a 24-inch, nice screen. I mean, I just use it for YouTube and Discord, but either
I've
way.
had the same one for 8 years now. Second monitors are just real pieces of shit typically.
Yeah, they're the ones you don't give a shit about. Yeah, but she got me a nice one, so that's awesome.
Do you guys do like gaming?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On the computer? Absolutely.
What do you play?
Well, we're kind of different. I mean, there's some games we'll cross over. I mostly play a game called Escape from Tarkov, which is like a Russian death simulator.
I think I've heard you reference that on the cast before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a super, like, realistic shooter. Like, to the point where it's annoying. Your guns can jam and dumb shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
you can literally jam. You can accidentally put the wrong ammo in mags.
Just blow your gun up.
Like you can put fucking 300 blackout and 5.56 mags, and then load that in an epic gunfight.
Gun,
yeah, yes, you'll fuck it up. Yeah,
just launches your barrel into the enemy's face.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that actually would be sick if they added that. So then, but yeah, I mean, we both play a lot of shooters. You know,
I play
Stuff like
everything,
that.
dude. I like everything. I've been like really nerding the fuck out on. They re-released World of Warcraft Classic again.
no,
I don't tell very many people that, Chris.
No.
I know you want to laugh. You can go
because
ahead
he's
and laugh,
super
dude.
fucking nerdy,
I know
Chris.
you were big on the Escape back in the day.
I play everything, but that was
RuneScape.
Oh yeah,
too.
RuneScape. Yeah.
It's all right. I know a guy who's just as bad.
Oh, dude, yeah.
We-
He's got some serious autism.
Yeah.
Who? Oh yeah.
MP.
God, I want to fucking just say names. Call people. I mean, if you say his first name, people who know will know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they
yeah.
probably wouldn't know.
We
though.
try to keep anonymity, though.
Yeah.
I would say we're pretty good about it, keeping people's fucking
Yeah, you don't want
names to a minimum.
Somebody off.
Yeah.
Unless
But
you
what
don't
the
like
hell,
them.
man? I want to be part of that racist, sexist, homophobic fucking podcast.
Bunch
you
of
guys got
straight
down there.
white men.
We'll tell you,
Talking
tell
to
you
each
how
other.
what I think about that.
They all believe in dragons.
We're not going to get into that.
We've been
It is.
100% sure that they're not.
It is
real.
weird.
We're getting
It
into it.
Hold
It seems
on,
like.
we're getting into
Yep,
it
there
just very
goes.
quickly. It is weird how every culture has drawings from way back in the day, and they all look pretty goddamn similar.
Do you see what I deal with?
And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. It's odd. Make it make sense.
You get why I'm angry all the time?
That is probably why.
Well,
I
I
can.
mean, there's a lot of things in past cultures that end up in drawings that are unaccounted for nowadays, though.
Exactly. Where'd
It
they
actually
go?
goes back to the pedophilia.
All right. And here
Well,
we go.
There's a lot of dragons in culture and a lot of rapists, too. I mean,
If they got dragons, they're fucking kids. That's all we know about that. We are historians, after all. No, we were just talking about that last episode about like how far back that goes, and that there's a lot of weird explanations for it for different cultures. That's
the
all.
dragons or the pedophilia?
The both, actually. Like I said, they're kind of hand in hand.
If
I
you
think,
have
at this
dragons
point.
in your culture, you're probably touching kids.
You're
too.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
it's pretty weird. It's worth a look.
I guess
it's
I've
worth
never,
a look.
I've never really looked into that either, though.
Yeah, well, me and Grant,
I
we
try
like to
not
look into the
to.
darker side of life, really
Yeah.
depress ourselves. Like,
It just
Jesus.
keeps surfacing.
keep reading.
You know, it's really scary.
Well, I will,
It is
I mean,
talked about a lot more now than I ever remember being taught. Like when I was
Well,
a
used to be a rite
teenager.
of
or,
passage, you know. Get your man cherry popped. You don't talk about it. You know, you just act
Just
a little
shut the
weird
fuck
for a
up
couple
and keep
years.
moving.
Yeah.
Was
Then
that
you
it?
beat
I
up
mean,
Santa.
back in the day, though.
At the
I
mall.
mean, the whole getting married young and that whole thing was completely different than it is nowadays, too, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, girls were getting married at like 12 years old back in
That's
the
true.
day.
Shit, they're still getting married at 9,
They were
8,
also dying
10 years
at, like,
old to a
In
Muslim.
certain places.
Also dying at like 25.
That's
but-
true. That is true. Your life was much shorter, so you had to get all the important shit out of the way
Yeah.
before you died of the flu at, like you said, 24. But you lived a good life.
Where you fucking stub your toe out in the yard and get gangrene
Yeah.
in like a day.
Yeah.
God damn.
Shit.
It's funny you say that, man. We complain about a lot of shit with like culture and stuff, but God, it's a good time to be alive, dude.
Yeah, well,
That's way better, man.
Technology,
Toilet paper wasn't invented until like the 1800s
I feel like
or like
80s
1700s.
were like
they just couldn't figure that out. They're like, man, I don't know what to do with all this shit in my ass. I wish there was something we could do with it.
They had to be using some kind of fabric, I would imagine, at least, right?
Well,
Oh,
the
I'm
most
sure.
common thing was
Yeah.
a sponge.
yeah.
They had
I
like
could see a
you
sponge.
wash your dishes with. It's like a sponge on a stick. Well, I have a lot of them because I have little kid cups
a
and stuff.
loofah.
You got to get in there. Yeah, kind of. And it
Scrub
was
your
just a
asshole.
sponge. And they scrub their ass. Now in Roman society, peak Roman society, they had communal bathrooms because they figured out those aquifers.
It was like a spoon.
You know what I'm talking
right?
about? Like under the ground tunnels of water that would go out into the sea or
Right.
whatever. And so you would just go to like a big communal bathroom, sit down, take a nice shit, and then you'd take the complimentary sponge there that 5 other fucking
Was it a
guys just
sponge?
used.
I thought
yeah,
it was
a
like a weird
sponge on a
spoon thing.
stick.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a
I watched Spartacus. That's the only reason why I even know.
yeah, so maybe at one point they were scraping it out, but then they got to their more decadent age, and they're like, "Ooh, this is much nicer." You
I'm
know,
tired
what I
of
mean?
ripping my asshole.
Case in point, they probably somewhere along the line stopped getting fucked as boys, so those assholes weren't like as tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were a little
Switch to
softer.
sponges.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you take the sponge that 8 other dudes just used before you and fucking clean that thing up and keep it moving.
I think we've come too far, though. I think we're back at that point where people are getting too leisurely and they're starting to question and ponder too many things.
Yeah.
As far
I
as
think a lot of
Sexuality.
yeah. It's true though.
Like, no one was thinking about being transgender even back in ancient fucking Rome. They were like,
wasn't
I
much
could
thought
fucking die
to it.
tomorrow.
I
I
suppose,
don't
yeah.
want to.
I don't have time to think about
dwell
this.
on this mental illness that I have, dude. I want to go recreate, or maybe just fuck a guy, because they did that too. The Romans were out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. They just didn't care.
Yeah.
It was not really a thing. like you said, they didn't really ponder on it that much. There's like, it's a hole, it's warm, I'm going for it.
Well, it's priorities have changed. When God was a priority, things ran a little differently. Now that we're becoming a more and more ungodly world, we're drifting back into these, I don't know what I would call it.
People are
just
looking elsewhere.
Weird times.
Yeah.
And acting as if, I don't even think it's acting. I think it's the way that people are being taught nowadays.
When, you know,
It's actually a good point.
50% of the country's main political focus is abortion and
I
killing
know.
children. You know, that's kind of like the epitome of, we're getting a little too far away from God here, guys. That's really why you're voting for her?
I know,
Really?
that one really confused me this time around. I mean, I felt like it was the same thing with fucking, what's her name, Hillary. It's just a thing that women candidates can kind of speak on and be like, I'm a woman, so I understand. You know what I mean? But it's like,
I'm not fully versed on this
at 18 myself.
topic, but because there's plenty of other reasons to vote for whom I did. But what was the big deal? Was it the fact that they thought that they would lose rights? What rights exactly did they lose?
They think since Trump got away or took away or repealed or appealed the Roe v. Wade. Is it Roe v. Wade?
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Is
No,
the
that's
black
correct.
person one?
That's a different one.
That when he overturned Roe v. Wade, that they
That's
were
the
essentially
13th
were
Amendment.
coming after like abortion rights.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because the way that I looked at it is when you take away Roe v. Wade, it is now gone at a federal level to the point where, you know, if the federal government decides tomorrow to ban abortion, they no longer have the right to. It's states' rights.
Yeah, it's states' rights.
Which means you have more of a say in what you believe.
Isn't that more power?
Yeah, per
More
person.
rights?
Absolutely.
It's
to the
closer.
people.
Yeah, it's closer to the
to you.
people than it being
You
federal.
would actually get to vote on that bill being passed.
So then you answered my question.
Yeah.
Which is
Crazy.
odd because, like, so Roe v. Wade, all that, I remember, back in 2012, 2013, something like that, when I lived in Mississippi, it was illegal in Mississippi to get an abortion.
Yeah.
But I thought that's what the Roe v. Wade thing was, is that it had to be legal in every state. So states could still vote it out. There's really nothing fucking changed.
As they
It's just
can now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not federally protected by the federal government that could become a majority Republican at any time
and then
remove
completely
it.
get rid of it. Yeah, it really doesn't make sense.
No.
I think a lot of the stuff that they did and continue to do is they just get people hyped up, and then they know that nobody is going to look into it that far, or at least the vast majority is not going to look into it, nor do they care. They just have another reason to hate Trump, you know? And it is weird.
Outside of that one topic, what else did they have?
No, seriously, that's literally.
I mean, that's really it.
So
Or
they
just
had to inflate.
It was
just
that
Orange Man Bad
and
was the
Rape
agenda.
pulled that, and they tried to pull the racism card, but then the Hispanic vote immediately turned red.
Yeah, that blew that
And then
out of the
now
water.
They're like, you know, saying they hate Hispanic people now. You know, it's just like it's fucking wild.
It was a weird time. It was a weird day after Election Day when you were seeing like super liberal CNN people being like, "Shame on you, Latinos," you know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of shaming.
They were shaming third-party
like-
voters for wasting their votes on what they believe is right.
It's like, man, I hope you don't ever need these votes again, because
I did think it was funny how many votes RFK still got after being super clear
Well,
that he was dropping out of the race,
Yeah.
and because it was like a couple states that were just being dickheads, and they're
Yeah.
like, "No, we're not going
We're
to
gonna
take you
keep
off
him on the ballot.
Yeah, and he still
Lot
got
of good
like
that did.
thousands
Yeah.
of votes,
Yeah.
tens of thousands, I believe.
Well, I like RFK a lot. I
Me
won't say
too.
I love him because I'm still kind of waiting to see what
Mm-hmm.
he does. But everything that he said so far, I do like. That being said, there's a lot of people who are, you know, like you said, Orange Man bad. I think, you know, they just kind of voted for him.
No
just
matter
for
what
shits and giggles. I
happens,
don't want to
yeah.
vote for Trump.
Yep.
Even though RFK obviously believes in what Trump is doing for the most part to be on board with joining his fucking cabinet.
Yeah, it's a weird move. It was
I
a
mean,
very
you could
lateral
literally
move.
say he is a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
He's with Trump right now.
He's on the
I
cabinet.
mean, he's a self-proclaimed Trump supporter
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. He dropped out and is like, I'm dropping out. I'm gonna be on the cabinet with him. We're gonna work on this healthcare
endorsed
stuff,
him.
and get. It's funny. I was just talking to my wife. We went to breakfast at
he
Elena's
did
this
fully
morning.
endorse him?
I believe
I think
so,
he did.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's
I
like.
didn't want to say that and be wrong, but I was
No,
like,
yeah,
in
he
my head,
fully
like,
endorsed
pretty sure
it
he
because he's like they worked out a deal because
Yeah.
Trump knew that he was the only person that was a threat to him
So if
losing
you
votes.
still voted for RFK, I'll just say it. You're a fucking whack job pussy. Cause like,
or
what-
just a dumbass
Just
who doesn't
vote
pay
for
attention at
Trump,
all.
dude.
It was
Like,
all
what's the
over the
difference?
news for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks that he dropped out and that he was now going to be in Trump's cabinet and they're working together. And you just went in there and they're like, I'm voting RFK. I ain't voting for Trump. You know what I mean? It's like they're on the same team now. Yeah. Whatever. It was like the whole thing with Bernie.
No,
you know?
I'm going to shame third party
People still
voters.
voted for Bernie even
Just like the
after he
libtards
dropped
did.
out and whatever gave
Yeah.
his shit to Hillary. They still voted for Bernie just to be a dickhead, I guess, at that point. Fuck, I voted for my brother. Yeah,
When? For what?
I wrote his name in because there was like certain people that were incumbents, like judges, the DA.
Oh, yeah.
The DA in this county is running unopposed. The DA that has a 99% conviction rate.
rate.
I saw a lot of that too.
It's not good.
Not good.
It's like,
Not
how's
good at
there
all.
no opponent here? How does that even make sense?
How do you get a 99% conviction rate?
Well, dude, it's hard. It's hard.
I think
to get
there's some
people-
shady shit going on there, which is actually why I didn't want her fucking voted in again. So I
Yeah.
wrote in my brother's name.
It's
Yeah.
hard to get people like, pissed off enough to where they actually go run.
Yeah.
Who wants to deal with that? Especially the majority of people who come here to retire.
Well, the weird
And let's
thing,
be honest here: the people who grew up here aren't smart enough to be a district attorney.
yeah, there's not a lot of lawyers staying, hanging out in old Punta Gorda.
Not at all.
Unfortunately, that I would say this is a complete guess, but I would imagine the majority of people voting are either elderly or at least middle aged.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like the younger people just don't get involved.
Gotta put your mic close. I don't know if
Sorry.
it's picking you up or not.
The only reason I did that
He
is
is
I
talking
know,
directly into
well,
it.
I
so
know
we'll
last
see.
episode mine was a little hit or miss on some, so just
You were kind of.
No, we won't.
I'm keeping that bitch in there now.
Just put it in your mouth.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean, they did say though that this past one, especially, like a lot more younger people voted on both sides.
That's
Like,
great.
a lot more younger people went out and voted for Trump. A lot more younger people went out and voted Democrat. So that's good.
Dude, I didn't know
We'll
what
see
the
where
fuck was
we're at
going
next
on until
time.
I was like 20. That's when I started having an idea.
No one cared.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew,
Probably
like,
even later than that.
I'd say by Obama's second term, I was kind of coming around to things and be like, all right, some shit's like, this isn't normal. You know what I mean? And then I started looking backward too at all the crazy shit that happened with like Bush and 9/11 and all that, and I was like,
Yeah.
So there's been some shady shit going on for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in our
So,
lives. In our
Well, this has
lifetime.
been a very interesting last 4 years. So
yeah.
And you don't have to be a genius or old to figure that out. That this last 4 years has been quite the surprise with a lot of things. Just the way that things are turning, or were turning.
And that people seemed perfectly fine with it was the biggest surprise.
Oh my god.
Well,
to
that's
me,
what
how
the
do we-
election, I guess, was the ultimate no. We're not okay with the way things are going, which thank God. But I can't believe things got as twisted as they did. And I say as if things are going to change. I'm hoping they do. But we're not guaranteed anything. Just because Trump is president again doesn't honestly mean anything until we start seeing.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a lot of retards doubling down. There's a lot of retards you see on social media doubling down.
How do you mean?
Just getting even more woke
Yeah.
by the
Yeah,
second.
I've seen a lot
Yeah.
of that too.
A lot
Just
of women
instantly shut off.
A lot of
Like,
women shaving their heads, claiming they're never going to have sex with men again. Just kind of crazy, wild shit.
I could take a wild stab in the dark and guess most of those women were all right. We're okay
Yeah,
with
they weren't fucking men
them
in
not
the first
contributing. Yeah.
place. They were either lesbians or they were on their way to becoming lesbians.
Yeah, some of these blue-haired, short blue-haired women are
Yeah, a little crazy.
not the best looking. No. That's all right. They found their niche in life to be a fucking crazy cat lady at 25.
Why choose a life of misery though?
I don't get it either. It's weird. I'm telling you, man. Mental illness is more prevalent than it probably ever was.
Well, there's more people.
and that is true. We're seeing it more. They were more hidden. They didn't have an outlet.
Well, exactly.
You know?
That's what
Yeah.
social media did.
Yeah,
was
now
give
they have
them
a window.
place for them to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
on
we
a
see
public
it.
stage.
Yeah, that actually is a good point. Because, I was saying the same thing about something, too. I was like, man, it seems like bad shit. So much bad shit is always happening. And it's like we're just more aware of it because we, news and everything's
it's
more
probably always
widespread.
happening.
Yeah, it's
They're
always
also
been
promoting.
shitty.
It's like the same thing that we've kind of said, and we've talked about this. I don't hate on the gays, but like it's getting to the point where it's like a badge of honor to have a mental illness. Well, I'm saying we talked about the
I agree.
gays, where it's like, oh, he's so brave. Oh, you're fucking schizophrenic and this and this, and oh, you're bipolar. Oh, good for you.
I
We're
guarantee we're
going to
get to that point.
It's just fucking wild.
That'll be the next, like...
No, I'm not saying you should be shunned, but like...
No.
Jesus Christ.
But to
don't
embrace
encourage.
it. Well,
Yeah.
and it's like right now, I feel like is the... I've been seeing a lot, too, is like the body positivity. Like morbidly obese. And then being like,
Don't
no,
do that, dude.
You're perfect.
Don't do that.
But I'm saying is like, if everybody around me told me, no, you're fine, you're perfect, everything's
doing
great,
everything that you're
just
doing.
keep doing everything, then I'd fucking die at 45 from a massive heart attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there does need to be a level of truth in there, and sometimes that truth can hurt people's
But
feelings.
that would have been a happy
You don't have to
40.
be a dick about
that would
it.
have been a
but
happy 45 years of your life, and that's all that
best
matters.
goddamn 45
Not
years
seeing
of
your
my
kids
life.
grow up.
Yeah.
He ate everything he wanted.
Everything.
He had cake every day.
Yeah. But these fucking bugs getting in here. But yeah, I mean, I just mean like that's I think where we're kind of going in that direction now with like mental illnesses being like
absolutely.
the new. Oh, you're fine. Everything's great. Don't let people tell you that you're bad. That's just who you are.
Which is
and it's
wild.
like, no, there's medication and like stuff
You
that
should
can
do.
help your quality
Yeah.
of life. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't do that.
No.
But it's I think that's the next part we get to. That and the P word.
Pedialyte.
Pedialytes, dude.
Pedialytes.
It's going to be
Bunch of
Pedialytes
Pedialytes walking
running
around.
wild in the streets. Why don't we have a parade for Pedialytes?
There'll be dead people in the streets.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure people said that 100 years ago about
About
gays.
the gays.
If I see gays
If I
marching
see-
out in the
if I
street,
see
I'll
some-
shoot them.
If I see some gays holding hands
You know?
out in Publix, I'm gonna kill them. No, I don't think. I don't think like that. But I think you're gonna come across. Like if I had like a 15-year-old daughter and then like a 26-year-old man shows up to the house,
That's almost legal.
I'm gonna beat his fucking ass.
If you had a say that again. If you had a what?
If I had like a 15-year-old daughter and I
Yeah.
had like a 26-year-old dude,
Oh,
a man.
26. Okay.
26.
I thought you said
What
16. I was
No. Even 18. I
Sounds good.
would
You're a
even-
year older than
even
her, you
18, like, I'd give
goddamn
him a look and I'd be like,
Pedialyte?
Really, dude? Really? But like you're 20-something years old, bro. You're gonna come take my fucking daughter on a date?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
rough.
fucking crazy?
Well, that's almost legal. 16 to 24 in the state of Florida, and some of them are even wilder.
That's
I think
terrible.
I think like a lot of the southern states are like 14 to
That's-
fucking like 30 or
that's
28 or some crazy shit.
Who
This-
wants that?
This all stems from probably 90% of the world's problem.
Yeah.
Which is poor parenting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
or lack of parenting in
That,
general.
or that too, yes. Absent parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know what's going on. I don't know. The internet definitely makes that harder.
Oh my god.
To track
You could have no idea.
track what's going on. There's so many different apps that I don't even fucking
think of
know
all the
about.
shit you were doing when you were a kid on the internet. Your parents had no idea.
Yeah.
Thankfully for me, as a young man, I grew up kind of far out. So our
That didn't
internet
stop.
connection was always shitty.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to say, that didn't
Yeah.
stop you from
Take
anything.
about 10 minutes to load one of those 30-second like
clip.
preview clips.
Oh, that's all you needed. Dude.
Just wasn't worried.
30
Yeah.
seconds. That's about 17, 18 seconds more than I
Yeah.
need.
I was done in the first scene. Yeah, I mean, it was never worth it for me. We had HBO, so
Yeah.
just waited.
Softcore.
Yeah,
That's all
just
you
waited. Tits and shadows, It was nice.
Come a long way since then.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Long way since.
Telling you.
Oh,
Those days, dude, anything could get you riled up.
dude, nice
I had posters
cool
on my wall.
breeze. Get you bricked.
I had a poster of Too Fast, Too Furious, and it had like Eva Mendes in there
Oh fuck!
boy.
with like the
Some
cleavage,
cleavage.
popping, and I was like, all right,
You're looking pretty good tonight, Eva.
Turn the lights
got to
down
get
a
this,
little bit.
got to get this out of me. Can't focus. Eva, you're distracting me.
Dude, it was so cool when I found out that she's married to Ryan Gosling. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. Good for him.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's news.
I
to me.
did not fucking know that. Like right now, currently.
Yeah. It's badass, dude.
Yeah, it's a
he's
cool
He's
matchup.
like a semi. I feel like he's at least like 8 to 10 years younger than her. But he probably
Interesting.
grew up being like, damn, dude, Eva Mendes is hot. And then to
Eva
like meet her
Mendes?
and then like
Bang the
dude,
shit out of
to
her, dude.
bang her, dude. That's awesome.
That is awesome. That is fucking awesome.
We'd probably do that cool Paul Walker scene where he's like staring in her eyes while he's driving.
Yeah.
We'd probably do that all the time.
They probably do that all the time. Got to watch out, though. I think that's what took Paul out.
It might
Yeah.
have. Him and
Because
his,
he
him and
died
his gay
in
lover.
Yeah. Died in a fiery
gay?
crash.
Oh,
He's not
Okay.
gay.
He
I don't think
crashed-
he was gay.
He crashed with a dude. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
oh,
Do the Fast and Furious thing. Boom! Wrapped around a light pole or tree or whatever the
That
fuck
was
they hit.
terrible, man. That really.
That was a
made me-
rough one,
that
dude.
made
A
me sad.
fiery, brutal crash. Burned to death.
He was like the. Like,
That's how he died. He burned to death.
I feel like. Well, I mean, we're all within like the same age range. I feel like growing up, he was like the really cool dude. You were like, I want to be like fucking Paul Walker. You know, that guy seems fucking cool.
Yeah.
Looks cool in all the movies.
Chill. Yeah, he never had any drama that you heard about.
No,
Yeah.
seemed like a really nice, cool dude.
I mean, think
Yeah.
about that. He'd still be making Fast and Furious movies to this day.
He really would be.
yeah. They're still
He's
coming out.
he's probably pretty happy.
were coming out
in that
until he-
case. They got him dead, dude. These movies suck.
Fast and Furious 10. Come on, guys.
You ever go back and like watch one of the old ones? And
I actually
So
was going to
crin-
say that.
so
I've
cringy.
recently...
Every
the
2
graphics
seconds.
and everything. It's like
I'm telling you, the first one's a classic. It was so big at the time that it came out, like at my age range. I feel like everybody was into cars
Dude,
around that
but
time.
You rewatch them now, and it's just so gay.
Oh, the acting is
no
bad.
offense, gay people.
It's
It's
so
bad.
gay.
it's so
And
crazy,
it is
like,
cheesy, but
yeah, the
it's a
CGI
classic.
and all that. Like,
Guys, probably one of my all-time favorite movie quotes of all time is "bullshit, asshole. No one likes the tuna here." You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like I'll quote that all day long. If you don't know what it means, you're not cool like me, dude. It's like all-time one of my favorite movie quotes, just cause.
Well,
sounds
he
great.
was there for a different type of tuna sandwich, is what I
He
think.
was there
it
for tuna.
Yeah.
I'd be there for that too, man. She was looking good in
She
that
was
first
another one.
movie.
She's a smoke show, yeah.
Smoke show.
they did have some,
Believe she's Jewish.
they had
Really?
some
Pretty sure.
Attractive women in those movies.
A lot of attractive women in those movies. Absolutely, Christopher.
Cars and hot chicks. We weren't
Yeah.
watching it to see Vin Diesel's bald ass.
Back when men
Okay.
were easy to please, dude.
Yeah.
That's all
Guys,
you needed.
Do you remember a rumor back in the day, too, in the heyday of, those Fast and Furious movies? People said that Vin Diesel was gay.
No,
I still would believe it.
I don't remember hearing that.
You never heard that
I
either?
don't remember hearing that.
I'm telling you, I feel like
Not
I
doubting
heard
it.
it a lot. That like he's gay,
Him
and
and
I
The
just
Rock.
couldn't accept it. I was like, no
Him
way.
and The Rock, I could really see that.
Just oiled
Well,
up
they
muscles.
Together
Maybe.
or like separately.
Rubbing their bald heads together, dude.
Oh,
Scalp on scalp.
dude, a beefcake sandwich. I'm perfectly straight, and I might watch that.
Ugh, that's gross.
It's a lot of beef too.
Just oiled up muscles glistening.
Dude,
Getting worked up thinking about it, huh, Christopher?
they both seem like just such douchebags.
Yeah.
They literally like had in their contract so they couldn't lose fights.
Yeah.
So like the writers for Fast and Furious are like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Somebody's got to lose.
Yeah, someone's got to get their ass kicked.
I
guys.
noticed that in like Fast 5, I think they had a fight scene.
They'd fight
and no
for, like-
one lost.
Yeah.
And they both were just beating the shit out of each other. No one was bleeding.
They'd fight for 30
They were fine.
minutes.
Yeah. and they were
then,
like,
and then they'd
good
be
to go.
like, "There's a common enemy. We got to stop. We got to get Jason Statham. There's no time to settle this beef." It's like, what are we watching?
Yeah. I got to tell you, I've been rewatching them. I'm up to, I just finished 7.
Oh
Like,
my fucking
Probably
God.
the week before Christmas.
That kind of
And,
makes me want to rewatch them.
I do.
Please
They're,
I haven't.
they're
You're
all
losing-
streaming.
You're losing very valuable brain cells.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
watched worse.
Still to this day, one of my favorite ones is Tokyo Drift. That has like nothing to do with
That one
any
is-
of the main
that one
story.
is
Yeah, that
fantastic.
one was
It's great.
That was a good
It's
one.
great. Bow Wow's fucking killing it in there, dude.
That was Bow Wow?
Yeah, and
Really?
Lucas Black, I believe his name is, the southern dude who's like the main character.
You know he's a pro bass fisher?
Lucas Black?
saw an Instagram reel of him, and I was like, why does this guy look familiar? I'm like, that's the fucking guy from Tokyo Drift.
No
He is
shit.
a professional bass pro. He's a professional bass fisher.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, he's living it, dude. I see him on reels too, and he's always like hanging out with his kids. He's got like nice property, and he's always like fishing. I didn't realize he was a pro fisherman, but it's like he did it right, dude. Took his Fast and Furious money, went and set himself up. Now he's a fucking pro fisherman, hangs out with his kids, goes hunting with them and shit all the time. He did it right, dude. You don't want to get caught up in all that.
Well, it's like Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's like that too.
Yeah.
You know?
He mostly stays out in Utah, I heard. Or not, maybe not Utah, Idaho, something like that.
Yeah.
About like him and his Kennedy wife.
Kennedy wife, yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Who is
Is
a
that-
Kennedy?
is that
Because
really?
his wife, yeah.
Yeah.
His wife was a Kennedy.
Then he was banging the maid, baby.
Yeah, what a
He was
fucking
banging the
idiot,
maid.
dude. Did you ever see a picture of her?
Was she hot?
Yuck.
Oh,
No,
really?
like an older, fat, like Mexican lady.
Well,
Makes zero sense.
But she was there.
Sure,
She
but
was
what are you
in
doing,
She was in his
dude?
bedroom. It's like,
You're Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get caught banging someone hot. What are you
Consuela.
doing?
oh, I'm sorry, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Consuela.
Yeah. Get to the chopper. Yeah, fucking.
Dude, but it cracks me up because like that was another fucking poster boy for the left. Oh well, he ran as Republican when he was
did.
the governor, and he hates Trump. Yeah, he's also a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So is Mel Gibson. Stop posting Mel
Arnold?
Gibson.
Whoa.
Arnold hates Trump?
Yeah.
He does?
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
You guys know
Are
way
you telling
more
me
than me.
Mel Gibson hates Trump?
Yes, Mel Gibson is a lib.
Nah. He's just trying to get back into good graces,
The same
dude.
guy who
Guy who made Passion of the Christ? I won't believe it
the
for
same,
1 second.
The same
Are you
guy. Oh yeah. Look it up.
I mean,
I don't
He's
know
not-
if I buy it,
He's not a
Chris.
fan. He's not a fan of Trump at all. Same guy who told an ex-girlfriend, I can't remember some other famous one,
Yeah.
that she hoped that she would get raped
By a
by
pack of
a wild pack of N-words.
Yeah.
But he said that was
Oh,
all,
that one was rough.
That was all the alcohol though. That
Yeah.
wasn't Mel Gibson.
He was drunk when he said that.
well,
It's on a voicemail. You can go listen to it right now on YouTube.
It's crazy.
Check it out. I highly recommend
It's
it.
crazy. Like
Mel
they'll-
Gibson voicemail.
They'll
You'll-
cancel.
You'll find it.
They'll cancel like a rapper for saying like gay or fag in a tweet from like 20 years ago. But then like Mel Gibson, I
A
think-
rapper?
Oh yeah.
We've gotten to that
Was
point?
was it Da Baby or was it Lil Baby?
I believe
I think it
there
was-
is
I
both.
think it was Da Baby.
there is
Okay.
both.
He got canceled for like saying like he said like faggot in a tweet or something. Which like, dude, come on guys, like no one cares. Like that's not that big of a deal.
Isn't that crazy
Are
though
you
that
getting
you can
tense
go
right now?
back and do that?
Yeah,
that
you can go
freaking you
back
out?
in time when it was fine. Everybody was using that word.
Yeah. Oh, it was like 20.
And you can say,
I want to
oh,
say it was like 2014 or 2015.
Unacceptable.
They
You're
probably
done now.
they probably responded with the same exact verbiage in their text back to him.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
oh no, you're a fag.
Because,
oh, you're a fag.
because
That's how we
he's
talk.
He's a star, yeah.
Well, I love the breakdown of the, God damn it, what is it? South Park. They do like there's a clip where they're like explaining it, and they're like, "Boys, that's homophobic. You can't say that." And they're like, "No, it's nothing to do with gay people." And they're like, "Do you ride a Harley? It's super fucking loud through the middle of town?" Yeah, gay fag.
Yeah.
What
do you
That's a
think of?
faggot.
I have seen that.
Oh, this is making way too much sense. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's things are like CP said earlier. Things are just getting weird. I mean,
Weirder
people are
and
getting
weirder.
offended by things that they
Or-
shouldn't be getting offended over.
Like you said, though, you're moving further and further away from a society
I don't
that
even think
I mean, accountability though is huge. Think about that. I mean, without the accountability, like I'm accountable to this. God is watching me. You can do whatever
Well,
the kind of weird, crazy,
I don't-
nasty shit. Like there's no, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think
like how
it's
many
even-
things do you not do because you're like, you know, the Lord's watching. I woke up this morning a Christian. I better not.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
like,
just
I'm
better
gonna
not do
pay
that.
for this at some point.
I think there's a certain point where we've gotten technologically advanced to where we have too much free time in our lives. And I don't mean like free time like you don't fucking work and you just sit there all day. I mean
I can
like,
see that.
you know, you have, you know, every 30 minutes you're on your fucking phone fucking around.
Yeah, but that's been a known thing. Idle mind is the devil's playground.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't have to just necessarily be tied to religion. I'm saying from the standpoint of someone who's not religious, I am. I completely agree with you guys are saying. I just think things have gotten too easy. I think people, you know, can focus more on their existence and their weird feelings and weird, like you said, weird shit that, like, you know, if you don't have religion to tell you that's bad, you know, you just get fucking engulfed by it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, people are just running wild, doing crazy shit, thinking about crazy shit nonstop all fucking day.
I don't even know if, I think a lack of religion and God is the issue as a whole, but ultimately on the day-to-day, it's more so that, I hate to say it, but I think there's just less and less good people.
I could see that.
That's
Absolutely.
If you're not constantly interacting with good people and surrounded by good people, what are you going to ultimately become?
Dude.
You are a product of your environment. And our environment now is kids are coming up through middle school, elementary school, being told that if they're gay and trans and all these other things, that's good. Yeah, you're a hero.
Legend.
You're good. You're good if you do these things. And society will not only accept you, but they'll celebrate you. You know what I mean? I mean, think about, like, when you're going through those formidable years, too, especially middle school, everybody wants to find their own unique identity. Like, fit in, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their own uniqueness, or, like, have, like, absolutely, a rebellious kind of side to you. Yeah, independence, exactly. And what better than to be this fringe thing that society really does celebrate. So you're not a rebel by any means, you know, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be gay, to be trans, at least to pretend. In middle school, I mean, I don't think things have changed that much. Like, to where...
Well, they're not calling each other fags.
Well, but I mean, like sexually, you know, like middle school, you're not like full-blown sexually active. No. I'm sure there's always that kid in class that, like, you know, gets to second or third base with his girlfriend and tells all his buddies, you know what I mean? But, like, it's not a normal thing. Most girls and boys are not fully sexually active.
They're not putting out yet.
So, is that normal now? Right. Is that normal now, though, you think?
I'm saying I hope not. I don't think
hold
so.
on.
I mean, my daughter just got out of middle school not long ago.
Like, questioning, because my mom's a teacher, and she says some things that I would never think that kids their age would know.
Wow. Well, and that's what I'm saying. They're the internet, and they're being taught it.
Probably. Well, it's the internet and then the parents. But
throw this out there. Even in the 50s and 60s dudes, or 50s and 60s, my dudes, I think some shit was going on. I think it was straight shit, but I think there was some shit going on. But I think everybody was fearful. They didn't go tell their friends, you know, Johnny took me to the river the other day, and, you know, we experimented. Like, no one was, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, well, she'd be a total whore.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think people just shut the fuck up about it. Whereas now it's like we were saying, it's a badge of honor. Oh, I can go fuck as many guys as I can, and I'm just a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
You know? That's scary, dude.
Yeah. Thank God I got a boy coming.
Yeah, that's a whole...
Thank God I got a boy.
Yeah, thank God.
Well,
bro. Maybe stop there.
You say that, and then you end up having to raise a kid. You're going to be pretty pissed regardless about that.
Yeah.
You dumb fuck. You didn't pull out. God damn it.
Come on, you fucking idiot. Yeah, it is true, man.
2 of them?
Yeah.
You did it to 2 of them?
Girls, you're trying to protect them from the world. And boys, you're trying to protect them from themselves.
Yeah.
You know, when they're little, getting hurt because they're fucking wild, climbing trees, doing dumb shit. And then when they get older, God damn it, don't fucking be coming in girls, and you're going to ruin your fucking life. You know what I mean?
It's self-destruction. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is funny, man. That is funny. Overall, though, I have 3 daughters, and 1 son, and I'll tell you,
God bless you.
The easiest one. I mean, my 6-year-old's already hitting me with shit that, like, grown women, like, you don't love her. You don't love me as much as her. Oh, you know, like, if I'm paying attention to my other daughter for 5 seconds, you know what I mean? Like, all right, come on, what is this guilt trip, dude? You know what I mean? Already, I'm like, man, you're learning too quick.
Am I a good dad?
Yeah.
Dang it.
That's funny.
Like I said, dude, you just need to teach them to go for a guy that's wealthy. You know, that's what I'd be doing.
That's what? Welding?
Wealthy.
Oh.
Not welding.
Fuck no, man.
Not
Fuck
welding.
no.
Find you one with the most money.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what he looks like.
That is true.
What are you just banking on divorce?
I'm banking on not having to take care of my fucking
Yeah.
daughter
I mean, worst
financially.
case divorce, and then they got a nice settlement out of
Because
it.
I feel like that is
Odds
a
are
thing.
in their favor.
that's true.
I feel like that's another thing with girls is like, you know, I knew a lot of girls that were, those are pretty fucking great, right? Are those mints or
the
spearmint?
spearmint.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. those
I
are
like the mint too.
Spearmint's
The
good.
spearmint are good
Spearmint's
too.
good too. Dude.
But I feel like it's very normal. Like I would, you know, when I was in my 20s dating, like I would talk to a girl and like she'd be like a nurse or something, and she'd be like, "Yeah, my parents still like pay my rent." It's like, but you
How old?
don't. So you don't really live on your own.
Like
then.
early 20s,
Like
mid 20s?
early 20s.
Like in school?
no,
Or like out of school?
Out of school.
Yeah, that's where it's pushing it. That's where it's pushing
But I
it.
feel like that's more acceptable. Like that's more acceptable for girls. Where if you're like a
True.
if you're like a 24-year-old guy, it's one thing if you live at home, like whatever.
Yeah.
you know.
You getting
But
your
it's-
shit together
it's
after
another
school,
to
whatever.
Force your parents to fucking pay your rent.
Yeah, because you don't want to live at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, at that point, just
Weird.
live at home. I mean,
Yeah. I God bless them for having the money to be able to do that, guys. I mean, I feel like by the time we're that age, everything's going to be so goddamn dried up. We're not even going to be able to do that.
Well, that's why I'm buying all the scratch offs I can to try to get ahead.
Bring that redneck 401k or whatever they call it.
The poor man's
the lottery
tax.
was just up to like $1 billion again.
Did someone fucking win?
I don't know.
I overheard people talking about this morning at breakfast. In the same conversation, I heard the guy talk shit about Bitcoin and say it's fake, and then tell people that he played the Powerball or whatever the fuck it
He
was.
should
And I
have
was
just
like,
got in his face.
all right, man.
His odds are much
Wake
better.
up! Wake up!
Yeah. It's like, all right, dude.
People are
Bitcoin just hit a fucking 108 grand the other day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bud. Might want to do both.
people are fucking just really dumb. I don't know.
Yeah. It could all be fake. I mean, that's the thing. It could come out tomorrow, right?
That
Bitcoin
none of it was true.
could come out tomorrow and just say, hey, all this is fake. It's not worth anything. You know, and everybody freak out, lose a lot of money. They also could do the same thing with the U.S. dollar tomorrow. Because it also
Wow,
is,
we talked about this last time. Too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, to have that mentality and be like, oh, well, obviously crypto's fake because I don't understand it. And then to be so sure about the other thing when it's like, you know, it's worth less than crypto technically because people feel like crypto's worth more. And
Yeah.
if they think it's worth more, then they'll continue
it's worth
using
more.
it and buying it. Exactly. It's all just... And whereas the dollar's
Well,
got,
yeah, I
what
mean-
is it, 38 now? I think we're up to 38 trillion in
Nice.
debt.
In
It's
debt?
38 trillion negative.
debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So explain that one to me.
Do they really? Does it
Make
really
that
mean
make
anything?
sense, boomers.
It's scary, dude.
It's just
Yeah.
all what we agree upon is the unit of measurement.
Right. Yeah.
That's
We're
all
all
it is.
just...
There's nothing valuable about a piece of paper.
That's fake. It's numbers on a screen at this point. They just keep getting more from the Federal Reserve.
But I will say this:
There's no limit.
getting away from that because that's like it's possible. Don't get me wrong, but
I'm just saying
Pretty
they
unlikely.
could. Well, they wouldn't until they want to.
they
but
really
yeah.
need to start teaching fucking financial classes in high school.
I
Agreed.
agree.
Like
Yeah.
seriously, badly. Personal finance needs to be a thing, a curriculum that is taught at the fucking high school level.
How about any kind of life lesson?
Well, even as
Honestly,
far back as
yeah.
our parents, who Gen X generation, they got taught like home ec. They teach you how to balance a checkbook.
Yep, my mom got taught how to balance
Yeah,
a checkbook.
and then for us, they're like,
You guys would be
they're gonna
fine.
need
They'll
it.
teach
The,
you that in
the only
college.
thing they fucking
haven't-
harped on us about was you're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket every time you want to do math. It's like
Yeah.
fucking jokes on you, bitch.
I'll be honest, I literally have zero idea how to balance a checkbook. I've never done it before.
I think I've maybe written 3 checks in my whole life.
Yeah, same.
I just never had a reason to.
No one does checks. What do
Why?
you do a check for?
I mean, even
you
if
can
it-
wire transfer everything.
The only thing I can think of is if you're doing like a large purchase, but then you just nowadays you just do a wire transfer.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. they don't even do. You don't even do checks anymore for fucking to buy a house.
People used to do checks for like 68 cents.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You used to go to a
Fucking
grocery store.
wait
and
5
write a
days
check.
to clear 68 cents. Like that's fucking wild to me.
Dude, I hope that check clears. If that bounces.
Way easier to like fraud people too. Like that. Y'all ever see that movie?
Oh yeah. Running Scared or whatever.
No.
No, not Running Scared. Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Catch Me
Yeah.
If You
Yes.
Can. Fucking fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
And they fucking defrauded everybody.
Yep.
They never caught on. It would be like 2 weeks for some place. Like he figured out if you're on the whatever, if you're on the East Coast, West Coast, you just switch up the routing numbers, and then it takes 2 fucking weeks. It's got to clear. If you write it in L.A., it's got to clear through a bank in New York.
That was also back in the day.
Yeah.
You could essentially, that was like kind of like the end time where you could easily fraud, government fucking identification, shit like that. You could have a fake driver's license and no one would even question it. That's a driver's license.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
It feels a little bit thicker, but whatever.
Who cares? Yeah.
Maybe that's what they do in Maine. I don't know. This is New Jersey.
No one fucking knew.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, imagine, a time where live broadcasting a football game was difficult.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it. If you were on the other side of the country, you just didn't watch that football game.
Or you heard it on the radio.
You could defraud people. It would take 2 to 3 weeks for a bank on the other side of the country to get that check and clear it and give the news back. But we went to the moon.
Yeah.
We had the technology. We got through the Van Allen radiation
with
belt.
a computer that had less processing power than a fucking cell phone.
Yeah. Oh, then a calculator.
Is that true? A calculator
Yes.
even? Oh,
Yes. Think about that.
Sheeple.
You think they had pocket-sized calculators?
I mean,
No.
They said
I
they
don't
did.
know, dude. I didn't grow up in the fucking 60s. What
They
do
didn't.
you want from me?
They said they did,
1969, they were just getting off using a fucking abacus. Really, technology was rudimentary. They didn't even have color television. That wasn't even the
They
norm
didn't even
yet.
have
They watched
colored
them land on the
students
moon in black and fucking white.
in Alabama colleges.
Yeah. Alabama wasn't even segregated yet, but we went to the moon.
Yeah. Or desegregated. Yeah.
God damn it. I love that
They
fucking...
just chose to never go back.
Yeah. Well, like the joke I was going to tell is that, they found out they were good at football. You know what I mean? That's what really figured it out.
Talking about,
Oh, the moon. Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, two totally different ideas there.
Yeah. Yeah, we just never went back. India's been you honestly though, what really blew that wide open for me was when I'm not kidding, a year or 2 ago, it's worth a Google. India went to the moon.
They all die.
They dumped their piss and shit in the same river they all bathe in like one of the main
Yeah, there's
like
dead bodies.
New
that
Delhi.
just are in that.
There's dead bodies floating in there. I'm not trying to say India's a shithole country, but
It's a shithole country.
they're
Say
figuring it out.
I'll say it.
They're figuring it out, right? They're getting there. And they went to the moon. That's where I was like, all right, bullshit. Bullshit. And no one's going to call them out about it because then they'll be
People
like,
can't figure out plumbing.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because they'll be like, you're going to call me out? I'll call you out,
They can't
I don't
get
know.
piss and
India-
shit
you
to
know,
not go in the
India's-
river.
India is one of 9 countries that has nukes. They figured that out.
Which is
maybe
wild, too.
nukes are fake, too.
What the fuck are we doing in the world? And that actually is one of the
They have a
really
couple-
interesting things I want to ask you about.
Yeah, they threaten Pakistan like every year. Oh, we're going to fucking
Nuke the
literally
shit
the
out
same,
of you.
literally the exact same people.
They are.
Literally the exact same people. We fucking hate Pakistanis.
Yeah. It's all just religious now.
It's weird.
Because Indian people are
I
Hindu
met a
and not
group-
Muslim.
I met a group of Pakistani guys on fucking Counter-Strike one night. Because Counter-Strike is like it's first-person shooter. It's kind of like Call of Duty, just
I've
a
heard
little
of it.
different. But it's all fucking like European, like Middle Eastern people play it. Like not a whole lot, not very big in America, but it's a good game. I like it. It's fun. But yeah, dude, it was hilarious because like the guys seemed all right. And I was like, you guys like from India? Fuck no.
They have the same accent.
I was like, you sound like you're from like where are you guys
sound
from?
Indian.
We're Pakistani. I was like,
Oh, it's like the same
I
thing,
was like,
right?
yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. He fucking was like, no,
Lit
no,
you
no,
up.
no, no. I was like,
No, we're not like those dirty pieces of shit.
We fucking hate Indians. I was like, really? I was like, gee. Like I knew it was kind of a thing, but I didn't know it was that big. So like I started looking into it.
I didn't even know that was a thing, to be
Oh,
honest.
No,
yeah.
they fucking hate each other.
That actually makes me even more scared because they both have nukes.
They both
Yeah,
have nukes.
for sure
And they,
they
at
do.
any point, they could just send one over. And then everybody around in that area is going to start sending them off. Yeah. I mean, I was talking to my friend here, Chris, and he was telling me that
Everyone's
wherever the president is, at any point, there's never
can
more
press a
than,
button.
10, 15 feet, a guy with a briefcase that has the nuclear launch codes.
The football.
The football.
Football.
So Trump's going to be in there taking a shit, and then outside the door, there's going to be some Secret Service agents and a dude with a briefcase, just
Jimmy.
in case.
Jimmy, bring it over here, Jimmy.
Oh fuck, it's go time, Mr. Trump. I need to come in there.
I forget who it
Russia's
was.
dropping bombs, Jimmy. I see it on TikTok. Give me it.
I forget which president it was, but it's in that book that I was telling you about. There was a situation where a U.S. president was in Syria and went to get on an elevator with like their leader or whatever, and like they were trying to tell the guy with the football like, "Yo, just wait. You know, you can go out." And they literally
He's like,
forced,
"Fuck you."
They held the elevator and said, "No.
No.
If he goes where I go, like
Yep.
it's that serious. They won't even." You can't even get on an elevator and catch the next one without him being right.
That's
next to you.
fucking wild. Because like you said, it's what is it?
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Wowza.
6 minutes
6 minutes
to make that decision.
that a U.S. president has to decide on if we are going to send a counterstrike.
Now imagine waking Joe Biden up.
Is that where they got the word for Counter-Strike? Is that
No,
what-
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
but imagine, and that's why it matters who the fuck is president. Because like a lot of people say, it doesn't really matter. You know, they don't really. You know, it's the congressman and the Senate. All right, and I hear you for passing laws and getting things done in the country. But imagine waking old Joey fucking Biden up
But see,
at
you
fucking
say
4 in the
that,
morning.
But then maybe we need to start getting gamers in there, man, because like even Trump, I
What,
would
for
hate
president?
to see him type.
No. He just makes
No,
the decision.
It's all
It's
based
just yes
on
or no?
It's all based on what their advisors are telling them anyway. To be honest.
True. Which is why that
Well,
matters too.
That's funny that ours is so different from Russia because like the way Russia's works, maybe you know this better than I do after reading that book, but from what I've heard is that there's several generals and they all essentially have their nuclear missile or missiles arsenal.
So they're like in
Putin's
charge of
gotta
an
call
area.
them and be like, "Hey, we're fucking launching these," and then they have to make the decision. It's not just Putin.
That actually is true because there was that story about the dude in the Russian sub where their fucking radar malfunctioned.
Yeah, they were
and
freaking
it
the
was
fuck out.
three. It was 3 dudes on the sub had to all agree. Like it had to be a unanimous decision, and the other 2 were like launch, and the one guy was like,
hold
"No,
the fuck on.
yeah, hold
we
on,
don't know what's going on."
yeah."
It doesn't matter either way. If it came down to a nuclear war that Russia was involved in or being attacked in, their anti-defense system is set up to where
It would automatically launch.
it launches their entire arsenal regardless.
I don't know.
Now
if I
hold
believe
on though, like
And that
is-
was allegedly put in place years ago when the nukes started really becoming a thing, like in the 50s and like
Jesus.
that time frame. And allegedly, even now, the U.S., since Russia has still not gotten rid of that, I forget what it's called. It's called something fist. Like-
Iron Fist.
Or
Iron
Iron
Fist.
Hand, something
Yeah.
like that.
very
That
Russian.
basically just like automatically launches all their shit.
strong.
And allegedly, the U.S. is still working on their version of that because Russia never got rid of theirs.
Jesus, and it just continues to escalate.
Here's my thing with Russia, though. I kind of don't believe anything that they say anymore after the whole Ukraine conflict. I don't believe in any.
We're gonna disagree.
Because you're talking about generals that were in charge of, their whatever section group of their military that were literally selling off fucking plate carriers, guns, everything for their own personal gain and improvement of wealth.
Are you talking about at the end of the Soviet era?
No, I'm talking about now. It's still a
Okay.
problem now, dude. There's still, these guys are doing sketchy ass shit.
Are you sure you're not talking about China?
No, I'm talking about
They
Russia.
got caught doing the same
Dude,
thing.
Russia,
That's why
but
it's
this is what I'm saying about these communist countries. I think a lot of them,
Russia's not communist.
yeah, they are.
So what are you
Yeah,
saying?
they are.
Like they're still, say, like building nuclear weapons?
no,
type
I
of
Essentially,
I think they're
what you're
so
saying is they're a
corrupt.
paper tiger.
I feel like
They make
if it came
themselves
down
look
to it,
bigger and more powerful
we
than they
find
really
some
are.
shit out where they really, they ran out of money, so they sold all their fucking uranium, or something stupid like that.
I'll tell you this: I do not and would not base
no, I wouldn't
Russia's
fuck with them.
military capability with the
off of
Ukraine
Ukraine?
thing. A lot of people have been doing that lately, and what's annoying about that is that they're not trying to wipe Ukraine off the map. They're simply trying to prove a point and lock down that
Yeah,
border.
but they're not proving a good point. They look like
Well,
pussies.
I guess. I mean, to who though, right? Because Ukraine
America.
can't do a fucking thing to them. They're gonna stay right there.
Well, we gave them everything that they're using.
Sure,
to
and they
combat,
still can't
and
fucking.
They still can't
kick
win.
them out. They're
But
not going
it's
to
not
win.
like we're giving them fucking, a bunch of Abrams and, our top-notch shit. We don't
I'm
want
telling
to
you,
give
I
it to
think we
fucking Russia.
could, and it wouldn't matter.
You don't think it'd matter?
I don't think it would matter.
Do you think it comes down to like soldiers not being trained properly?
Yeah, I think their leadership in general is not set up for it. They're way too corrupt. Their application for NATO was denied 3 times in the last 4 years because of how
we
corrupt
should
they are.
disband. I know this is going off topic. We should disband NATO.
Well, it's not our place to disband it, but we should definitely be out
If
of it.
we left-
and Trump did talk about that and
If
put
we
that
left,
up for a vote.
it would not exist.
They would be hurting financially like bad. We fund 80% of it.
I thought.
We don't need
I
any
was
of
going to
them
say
as-
60%.
80.
80.
We wouldn't need
that's-
any of them as far as a defense position.
What do you say that again?
We wouldn't need any of them to like aid us in defense.
No,
Like,
they
if-
couldn't.
if
What
that
would they
were-
give us?
We'd be fine. It's for them, not for us.
Exactly.
It is weird. Yeah. I don't know. NATO's one of those weird situations where we just propped it up, and after World War II, it seemed like a good idea.
Is it just so we
But-
can have nukes in those countries?
I think it gives us a lot of geography. Yeah.
Yes, it gives us geography. It allows us to have multiple bases under the guise of NATO to be able to mobilize people
I
quickly,
guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
That
which
maybe
is exactly
it is
why
necessary.
Russia's like, no, you're not going to put NATO. We went through this in
Yeah.
2014
And
with the whole
and
Crimea
I think
thing.
We've all talked about this multiple times.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just for for people
Shits
who
and
haven't
giggles,
heard
yeah.
it, we went through this in 2014, and their agreement that we signed with them and Ukraine said we will not put NATO in Ukraine. We will not put NATO
It's too
bases
close.
in
It's a
Ukraine.
neighboring country.
Exactly, and I heard a great Dave Smith equated it exactly the same way. He's like, we wouldn't be cool with that too.
Cuban
If
Missile
China,
Crisis.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
The Cuban Missile Crisis. No, we're not going to have fucking intercontinental
nuclear
potential
range of
nuclear-
Florida? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, no fucking way. You're going to put nuclear missiles 90 fucking miles off our coast. No fucking way. And same thing if China started setting up military bases in fucking Mexico right near the border. We wouldn't be cool with it.
No.
So again, you have to like kind of back off a little bit. Not you guys, but like just in general, the people who are fucking such a hard on for how Russia's this horrible big
We
bully.
have
We wouldn't be cool with it either.
We have
but somehow we're not the bully.
We have no dog in that fight.
We should not have anything to do with it.
No.
At all. It's
That
not
should-
our
that
business.
should have been fucking Joe Biden should have called fucking, Putin and been like, hey, dude, like, come on. Like, just don't kill fucking innocent people.
Yeah.
Take the whatever little fertile land part that you wanted that was originally supposedly Russia's that he talked to fucking Tucker Carlson about for like an hour.
Yeah. Gave the whole
shit.
history and breakdown. Yeah, that was boring.
This is ours.
Yeah, you could have really summed that up a lot better.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. He's into history. He wanted to give the whole history of it. It's like,
Yeah.
this was always ours. Like, we drew lines.
He made that very clear.
Yeah. This is ours.
Yeah.
We allowed it to be what it is. And he is right about culturally, that whole area is Russian. They
Well,
speak
I had-
Russian.
I had
They're
heard-
all ethnically Russian.
I had heard that a lot of them were like, when Russia invaded, they were like, like whatever.
Yeah, we're fine.
Just-
we don't want to fight you.
Just come on. Like, cool.
Exactly. Which is why it looks like they haven't done much, because they haven't needed to do much. You see those drone attacks from Ukraine? They hit Russian buildings. They bombed Russian buildings.
It's a really bad idea.
Yeah, I saw some videos on
with
it.
civilian, like commercial buildings.
Why? Well, I guess they did.
You know why?
Well, technically, they did that. Is it Niev? What's the city?
Well, there's
I mean, dude,
there's Kiev, which
Kiev,
is
yes.
like, I believe, the capital of Ukraine. I don't think
well,
that's
they bombed. They bombed. Oh no, they bombed the shit out of Kiev.
Well, it was a battle zone. Yeah, they were fighting over it.
They killed
no,
a lot
I'm
of
saying
innocent
this was
people, too.
over the Russian border. This was in Russia.
I know, but I mean that's in fucking Ukraine.
Yeah, but those areas were cleared out. Those were evacuated.
That's not what I heard.
Well, of course you didn't hear
And they were
that.
also in bomb shelters, and that's the thing.
They
is
bombed the bomb shelters?
the ghosts of Kiev. Like I don't believe in any of this shit.
I don't think that's true
Tell
either.
me one guy with like a fucking 1980s jet fighter
Yeah.
fucking smoked 4 Russian fucking or however many.
Yeah, a lot
You
more.
single-handedly
11
defended
or something
the
like
city. It's like was a fucking Maverick in there, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Nah, I don't
Be
think
fucking
so.
realistic.
I don't think so either. But whatever, man. It's propaganda. It gets people hyped up,
I mean, dude, we've been talking about it, and you know, if there was ever like an attack on American soil, I was talking about like learning how to like deactivate tanks, and like once you start getting into like, because that's how it goes, right? They're gonna drop equipment, they're gonna mobilize. It's not just gonna be dudes. It's not gonna be Red Dawn, where they just drop in a bunch of fucking paratroopers, and it's,
Great.
you know,
movie.
just nothing but guns. It's like, no, they're gonna drop tanks, they're gonna drop everything here, but like you're fucked. Like there's no fighting that. Like,
You
you're
are
just-
fucked.
You're fucked.
You have to blend in,
Yeah.
and
Like you would have to become like a bomb specialist, and you'd have to be super fucking.
you're saying
sneaky
to like
fight
immobilize
back.
tanks and
Well,
stuff.
no, not even just for mobilizing tanks, but like to fight back. You're not going to get enough people in a local area to overthrow,
Maybe.
200 Russian soldiers that are armed to the fucking teeth, if they are.
With all the equipment, yeah.
I know that was kind of out of left field.
No,
but, like,
I
I'm just
mean,
saying,
it's-
like, war is not.
It is kind
it's
of
not
what's
that
going
easy.
on in Ukraine. A lot of people have taken up arms and joined and
Yeah.
are like defending their home, which is why I say I don't know. Like if you're talking like military strategically, we are impregnable. It's not possible to invade the U.S. not unless we let it happen or a previous EMP attack.
EMP.
And even at that, an EMP attack would. It would be hard for them to set up because
Yeah.
there'd be no electrical grid to work off of.
Everything would have to
I mean,
be
we
perfect.
can't stop a nuclear attack.
Yeah. I meant to ask you that. So, okay. So, like, hypothetical situation. Russia launches a couple nukes our way, right? Maybe headed towards some major cities just to fuck shit up. What happens? We just sit and wait for it to hit? Is there any kind of warning or, like, any
Yeah.
system in place? I mean, you can't evacuate it. I mean, how long would it take?
It takes 150 seconds for our satellites. Well, the satellites in space that we have, which are top notch, best in the world. They would
Thank you,
see
Nazis.
they would see the what's that called? Not the like the smoke trail or whatever you want to call it, the
Right.
heat signature
Yep.
from the intercontinental ballistic missile launching. And within like 6 seconds, that would be relayed to our military that, hey, something just launched.
Now we
And
have
then-
to figure
and,
out if it's nuclear or not.
We never know if it's nuclear. That's the
fuck.
funny
So we
part.
just
They're
assume.
just gonna assume.
There's no way. You have to assume. You have to assume because there's no way to figure out if it has a nuclear warhead attached.
Does Russia know this? I mean, I'm assuming if
Yeah,
you know
oh,
this,
dude.
they know this,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
They know
So they know that
everything.
it's not worth launching any kind of
That's why nobody.
lesser missile than
That's
a
why
nuke.
nobody really launches anything.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Holy fuck.
Well, what's
Okay, so
even- So then
150
after-
seconds for the
at
satellite to pick it
150
up.
seconds, roughly, it has to be before they relay it to the president. There has to be a secondary confirmation, which comes from ground satellite or not ground satellites, but ground
Like radar or something.
radar in Colorado
Mm.
would be the next ones that would see it.
NORAD.
In NORAD, yes. Then it gets relayed after the secondary confirmation. Hey, mind you, this is all part of the 6 minutes already.
Holy shit. So the clock's already ticking.
So in reality, by the time he finds out, he's got like 3 minutes
Holy fucking shit.
to make
90
that,
seconds.
to make that decision.
End the fucking world. Push the button and
100
end the
180
fucking world.
180.
90 seconds. So, okay, so he.
Yeah,
180 seconds, bud.
180 seconds. But
Huh?
either-
3 minutes.
180
60, 60,
Either way.
60.
What's
90,
90?
180.
What is that? That's.
minute and a half.
Minute and a half. I just got to fuck with you a little bit,
60
dude.
seconds.
Oh, 60. Yeah,
I was really good at math for
God
pipe
damn
fitting.
it. All right, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, but you're absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because I'm doing it in 30,
So
30
we have
seconds.
the,
Yeah.
this is kind of actually depressing.
Probably
We-
feels
we-
like 90
It
seconds.
probably,
we
10
have
seconds. If
what we have for anti-ICBMs is we have I think 1,700 and something nuclear warheads that are active that we could launch.
Holy shit.
enough to end the world, I'm sure.
That's like
More
two.
than
And
enough.
and then
It's like
some.
2 or 3 for
I
every
messed
major
that up. I
country.
messed that up. We have 1,000 and something total. Only of those, a couple hundred, I believe, are active ready to launch.
Like
at
in
within,
like a missile system
yes,
and ready to
within-
go? Okay.
Whether they're on the subs or our ICBM launchers that are underground throughout
the big
US.
silos and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the malls.
Yeah, could be, honestly, could be.
Could be, yeah.
But
Could you imagine shopping at PacSun?
Just the fucking thing.
Oh, what
fucking
the
opens
fuck?
up, just shoots
well,
out.
that's
fucking knew
literally how it would be, bro. Because
Yeah.
there's
You
no
wouldn't know
time to
shit.
tell the
Yeah.
public.
No.
Yeah.
Everything's happening, and it's just happening.
They also probably wouldn't want to tell the public. 'Cause
No,
why
it would
would
be
you want
mass
people
panic,
freaking
yeah.
out.
We have 1,000 some odd missiles. Russia is close to us. We have them beat by a few or whatever, allegedly. The funny, depressing thing about it is that's only one other country that has that many missiles, and then, like I told you, there's 6 other countries
That have
That
nuclear
are
that
nuclear
also
capable.
have.
How many
missiles,
of those
not
6
as
are
many.
allies?
Well, India's
UK.
not anymore, right? Or is it Pakistan that's not? Is India our ally?
I don't know. if India
No,
is.
they're part of BRICS. So
Pakistan is not.
Nah, they're in it with Iran.
Yeah.
The UK, I forget the 9 countries, but regardless, we only have 44 anti-ICBM,
Oof.
basically scatter missiles that are launched to try and interject with
That
the
aren't even
oncoming
100% effective.
40% effective.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
40%.
So less than a 50-50 chance
Yeah.
that it even interacts
they
with
said-
it. Which, what if it blows it up like over the Atlantic Ocean? Is all that radiation just going to like rain?
Oh, yeah,
I
well,
mean,
it's
think
still-
about that.
It's still going to land somewhere, yes.
It's better for an aerial detonation than an actual ground. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah,
wouldn't that
as
make
far
like
as-
a huge cloud of like?
It
Yeah.
would still
gonna-
Oh yeah,
cause
cancer
issues.
cancer rates are going to go up after nuclear bomb
It would
goes
still
off.
cause issues. But yeah, we only have 44. So
Why?
when she was explaining this in the book, she was kind of like, I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying, that
Like, we're
if a
smoked.
nuclear war happens, nobody wins.
Nobody wins. Everybody gets fucking destroyed.
Nobody wins. And
But that's my thing is like,
they compared it to shooting a bullet with a bullet.
then who's the asshole?
To
40%'s
drop it.
pretty good shot then.
well, I mean, yeah, with
You
that
know what I
math,
mean?
but
Yeah. Holy shit.
But like,
Think about how
then-
scary that is.
but
Why
what's
the
the
fuck do
point?
these things exist?
yeah, but what's the point? That's my thing is like, if
why have them?
if we invaded fucking Russia,
Deterrence.
would Putin really think like I'm just gonna kill the world? That's literally what it comes down to. It's not about you at that point. It's like you're Putin, you're done. See ya. But is he really gonna be an asshole in those last seconds and just be like, fuck it, end of the world? Because like that's
knows?
That's the scary thing.
Okay, and you think, okay, so Putin is a little bit more like of the modern day, like he's a little bit more politician. You'd think like, right, like us sitting here, like he probably wouldn't do that. What about a crazy asshole like Kim Jong-il or Un or what? It's Un, I think, right? Yeah. What about a crazy
The
asshole
Rocket
like
Man?
that? That's like
so
just in his own little world, in his own
He's
little
pressing
bubble.
that button.
according to people who research into those kinds of things, our biggest threat is North Korea.
Right, because he would be one that would
They
be
said
more
it would
likely
be
to
more
just
of like
do it.
a madman type
Yeah.
attack where one gets launched. But in this scenario, I'm not going to give you guys the whole book because it is a good read if you ever had a chance to
I need
read it.
to.
What is the book called?
It is called Nuclear War, a Scenario.
Oh shit,
Annie Jacobson is the author.
Annie.
Annie, yep. She was on the Sean Ryan show. She did a podcast.
Oh shit,
Listen to that as well.
yeah.
But
Annie
she
Jacobson.
picks North Korea because it is the most common, or the most probable scenario would be North Korea.
That's what I'm saying.
But it unravels everything that comes after that, because North Korea launches a missile. In order for North Korea's missile to reach the U.S., it has to go over Russia.
So,
So
Russia
they're gonna
freaks
freak
out,
the fuck out.
and they launch.
So they launch, goes over Russia. Russia's like, what the fuck's going on? In
Would they be
return-
able to track where it came from?
Nope.
Oh fuck! So they
they're-
just see one in the
All
air.
you can do is guess the trajectory of where it's going.
So that's why the
These
the
things are traveling at
ICBMs
like 30,000 miles an hour.
Right.
And
That's
they
why
go
it's
like
fucking
they go
cruising.
like
That's
5
why the anti-nuke
miles
system's so
up into space and then
hit or
come
miss.
back down and drop on their target point. So in this scenario, that's how this whole thing unravels.
By the
is
time you
because-
figure out the calculation on that, you've been dead for probably like 20 minutes.
Holy
and it'll be
shit.
there. So from North Korea to the U.S., it only takes a missile 30 minutes.
And would that
to
hit
get
would that hit California?
That was to Washington, D.C.
Holy
What?
fuck.
Okay, do we know that they have?
Nuclear
Because
capabilities,
like it's
supposedly.
the missile itself, not the warhead,
Yes, they have nukes.
but that technology that would take in that missile, an ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. Are we sure that they have that?
I think we are.
How
Dude,
are we
we
not
are
able to
erring
spy
on the
on
side of
people?
yes.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think we
With satellites
definitely
and shit.
have spies, and I think
I'm sure we do.
I think
Yeah,
if,
like
I
how are we
think
not
if
able to
he
just
was-
zoom in and take pictures of everything?
Dude, if he was that big of a problem, we would have taken care of him by now.
I feel like it, right?
I would say that with any world leader in the whole
I mean,
world.
the
we would have taken
movie,
care
the
of him
movie,
by
The
now.
Interview had a great idea.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know though.
Just
He's
get-
a hard.
Oh, maybe Tucker could do
Oh
it.
fuck! He ate the piece of gum.
Dude, they could have Tucker.
They
you
could
know,
have Tucker do it.
Evidently, he's a very hard man to track down, though.
Yeah. Well, that's why it was so such a big deal for Trump to go over there and actually cross the fucking DMZ. Can you imagine being the guy with the football or the guy one of those Secret Service guys when he crosses over into their border and they won't let you go with him and no.
I guarantee they had probably multiple snipers hidden throughout that area.
Oh,
just
all over the fucking place,
trained
yeah.
right on Kim Jong Un.
yeah.
Just like I fucking dare you, dude.
I mean, they
What's
all know
more-
what comes next, right? I would be sure if Russia has a dead man switch, so to speak. Absolutely, North Korea
I
has a
think
dead
it's called
man
the
switch.
dead hand. Actually, now that
The
I think
dead
about it, I
hand.
think that's what it's called.
Right. Well, because there's that old saying of the dead man switch, where it's like if you kill me, all these things will happen, so that you have incentive to keep me alive. Yeah.
So even in this scenario, they hit us with one in DC. We choose to launch 82 back at them. We have because in that football is the people who have seen it, which are few and far between, obviously. What's actually in the football,
briefcase?
They
Can you
compare
just
it, they
open
compare
it up?
to it's obviously completely classified. So
Yeah.
nobody
They can't give
there's
too many
probably
details.
2 people who actually know what the fuck's in there. Which
Damn.
the president doesn't even know.
JFK is one of them, probably.
They basically compare it to a Denny's
Was.
menu, which is okay, A, B, C. They're attacking here. These are your options. Where do you want to hit? And we already have mapped out their biggest cities in North Korea. So basically, he goes, okay, I'm going to do
talking
A.
about killing billions of people.
Yeah.
Billions. Billions. Yeah.
Billions.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
Imagine being
we
an
launched-
uncontacted tribe, just vibing on an island, just
And
watch the rest of the world get smoked.
yeah. Holy shit.
We pissed
Yeah.
off God. Oh no!
Yo, holy fuck.
we launched 82 at them. While that's all in progress, we get hit by another one from North Korea from a
right.
sub.
Oh.
Which I don't know if you guys have ever researched into these nuclear subs, not only ours but everybody's. We were considering getting rid of our ICBMs because we could destroy the whole world just with our subs.
Just
Yeah.
the subs, yeah.
We have 14 of them.
That are anywhere.
Nobody knows where they
yeah,
are.
their
Never find them.
locations are classified.
Yeah.
Right? Like only a select
They
few
said it
people
would be
even know where they're
easier
at.
to find a grapefruit in space than it would be to find these
Holy
nuclear subs
shit,
in the
Well,
ocean.
really?
that's not possible, but
That's, I think, the point, right? It's
Yeah.
not possible to find it if you wanted to.
I mean, I'm sure that there's
Not all of them at the same time. I think is the point,
no
right?
shot,
Yeah.
no
So you
shot.
find maybe one or two, and you get lucky, but
that's
you're not
my
going to
whole
find
thing
the other
on
12.
why nukes are stupid, because it's just like nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
nobody's
Why
gonna
is it a
win.
fucking thing?
Nobody's gonna win. Like, you would have to get clearance.
You'd have to have a world government though that could inspect everybody, and you're never going to do that.
You would have to get clearance from every other country in the world that is nuclear capable before launching it. Like, let's say, fucking Japan starts
Like a
acting
vote.
crazy again.
like a vote.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
would have
and that's
to
what's
tell
wild
everyone,
is we
like,
just
hey,
did
we're
it.
gonna drop a nuke at fucking 10 o'clock, and this is gonna fly by your airspace.
They talked about
Don't
that
freak
too,
the fuck out.
But that's what was brought up was our relationship with Russia over the last how many years has been non-existent. They haven't even talked really for the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
So try telling Putin hey, this is going to go over your country. It's not going to land on it. Like
It's just good not to use them.
Like, okay.
Well, again, there's no good scenario.
What a
in using
cocksucker
one.
move if you blind. Hey, dude, this is gonna fly right over, and then
Yeah,
just fucking
yeah.
nukes
Like,
Moscow.
Okay.
Like
you promise?
Russia's
swear?
almost had. There's been multiple like red alerts where they thought they were being attacked because and also that's all it takes as well.
Oh, well, like I said, I think it was in the 80s with the guys who were in one of their subs, and the one guy out of 3 was like being pressured by the other 2. Jesus Christ, man,
Well,
push the fucking button.
Didn't they lose communication? They
Yes.
like, literally thought like, okay, Moscow just got nuked.
Yes, they thought Moscow was gone.
Yeah.
They thought their country was getting
But
destroyed.
here's my thing: if you're the guy that has to make that decision, if your country is gone,
Fuck it. What's the
Well,
point?
yeah.
Yeah, that's I think what the guy
You're
really
not-
did
okay,
was like, what's the
you're
fucking
gonna-
point?
You're gonna press the
still
button.
If
and
Moscow's gone, it's not like they're gonna do shit to me for
you're
not
gonna
launching.
kill another billion people just for the fuck of it.
And this is fucking peak Soviet time, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't do what you were fucking told, they just
Yeah.
took you out back and shot you in the head.
that guy
Like,
probably died.
No fucking
they
around.
probably killed him after that because they were like, dude.
No, he's a hero.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is
Good for
still. I don't know if he's still alive, but at the time he was given like a hero's thing. Like
Yeah,
you
they
did a
should.
good thing
Yeah.
for
Dude,
fucking humanity.
I really wish
There's there's an award that's awarded to people for like essentially saving the world.
Yeah.
And he's like
He got
one
it.
of the few people that has one,
So like, why like
which is good.
this is
we should keep
you
that
know
going.
hippie talk, but like, why can't we just like fucking get over this shit?
Can't
Like,
we get along,
we've
man?
confirmed that aliens are a thing now. Like it's pretty much there.
That's an interesting
Like, shouldn't
topic.
we band together and like do some Space Marine esque shit where it's just like it's the human race versus whoever the fuck's out there?
I agree, Grant. We should nuke the moon.
We should nuke the moon. The moon
Fuck that
is an
thing.
alien probe that has been sent to watch us.
Okay, so here's the latest on that, and I do want your boys' opinion
Oh,
because
Jesus
at this
Christ.
point, I feel like we're getting to the same point with the whole like going to the moon thing. Like when India came out and was like, "We went to the moon."
Oh yes, we went to the moon.
Everybody's got to be like, "Cool," when everybody knows, "No, you fucking didn't, you liar!" Right? So now the CIA's recent, declassified document just so happens, right, in the middle of all this chaos, people talking about weird shit happening in New Jersey. There is a new sighting every other fucking day, whether it's like commercial airliners, fucking
Seeing
Navy
crazy
ships, fucking civilians in their backyard, right? It's like all the fucking time now. It's getting to a point where it's a little bit unbelievable.
Oh, yes,
It's like,
that was
this is a
us.
little bit too convenient for all this shit, right? For these alien sightings, right? And then the CIA releases a document, and I'm not kidding. This is real. Go Google this. I don't know if the CIA actually believes that. It could be misinformation, right? Or disinformation, whatever the difference is there. That there was a civilized society on Mars
Yeah,
of intelligent beings who built
there was pyramids.
pyramids.
That's a real thing. But they said that those were natural.
Oh, they're naturally occurring
Yes.
90-degree angles?
Well,
The fuck out of here, dude.
and from their perspective, right? Like,
Right, Chris?
I gotta pee again, but I'm trying to.
Yeah,
wait
go for it,
if you
dude.
gotta go,
You're
go.
fine.
Time.
Yeah, just go.
Go ahead.
You're good.
If we gotta cut it though, I don't.
No,
want
you
No,
won't
we're not
be
gonna cut it. We'll
just
keep it rolling.
All right.
Joe Rogan style.
It's very strange, but like I don't know, dude. Like you don't know what goes on in those other worlds, like how things function. Maybe that's something that is possible. I very unlikely. I agree with you.
Dude.
There was probably life on Mars, like actual real life. Like
But
people's-
think about what we're talking about right now. There's not life anywhere ever. We've looked for it for a really long time.
well,
I'm talking civilian
buddy,
people
but here's my thing:
that
is-
have no bearing
Yeah.
on what anybody else
but
is
we-
doing.
Exactly. We could already be in communication with
I'm
aliens.
not buying it one single bit.
And we just didn't know. There's a new documentary that came out. My aunt was telling me about it. I think it's on Amazon, but they literally talked. It was some guy supposedly gave a story where a spaceship crashed in front of him. He literally saw 2 aliens run away from the spaceship. He went up and like looked at the ship or whatever they crashed in, and then he died 2 days later from a viral infection. That's kind of wild. But
It
I want to
is.
see if that. And supposedly that's deemed like that's supposed to be like true. So I kind of want to watch it just for shits and giggles.
Well-
But yeah, the UFOs have been confirmed. Like there is something else out there.
I don't know. I just don't know. From a biblical standpoint, again, I know some people base their life on this and others don't, and that's fine. What's odd to me is the secrecy and the weirdness behind all of it. People have looked for these things and tried to prove these things for a very, very long time. There's a lot of people out there who have money and can look into the sky. There's never been a recorded incident of something entering our atmosphere, and there's plenty of fucking things that could record that and release that to the public, especially nowadays. Again, you're seeing stuff from commercial airliners on their phone that just post the videos straight to social media.
Yeah.
As if it was that big of a secret, they would delete that video or something. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have time to go viral and get passed around like that. So why would it be such a big secret to see one entering the atmosphere or leaving the atmosphere? It's never been recorded. It's never been a thing, right?
Well, it's very hard to...
There's plenty of things orbiting the Earth all the time.
Yeah, but it's very hard to catch that. I mean, dude, and even then, you know, what do you consider something leaving or... Like, dude, we've had asteroids, like, hit the world.
Sure, but I'm saying an alien craft, a UFO or a UAP or whatever they're calling it now, which is weird. We changed the name.
What if they have some sort of cloaking device from any detectable technology? I mean, like,
just to enter the atmosphere?
Well, I mean, dude, there are...
But really, like, break that down. Why? Why is that a secret? Now we have
maybe they don't want to interfere.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of recorded incidences where they're near water.
This is such a hard...
And that's where things get a little weird.
This is such a hard hypothetical because, like, the technology and their knowledge could be fucking limitless. Like, we literally just can't even comprehend what they might have because it might be so different compared to, you know, they might have a different science. You know, essentially like equivalent to like our Greek time and their time, they could have been fucking around with space travel and even time travel or something crazy like that, right? Do you get where I'm going with this?
I do.
Like, they could be fucking just leaps and bounds and leaps ahead of us, and we'd have no fucking...
But they crash and have to run away from the crash.
But maybe that's not true.
It's just too much. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And like all these situations where people have been abducted. You know what I mean? It's like always weird and different. You know what I'm saying?
They give similar stories.
Yeah, and it's always like weird and sexual, and they're always like scared and fearful and shit. It's like it's always the same thing. Now, let me give you the Christian perspective on this because I called this out back in, I'd say, about 2013, 2014. They are deceiving spirits.
Yeah, they're demons.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call that, right? There's angels who were kicked out of heaven and bound to this dimensional, so they could be interdimensional, right? Now, there's been people who have come out on very popular like publications, like Joe Rogan is a great example, at least 2 different guests that research this and have been in part of this on the governmental level that say it is interdimensional. And it is evil, whatever it is. There's good versus evil. It's bad. It's not good. It's deceiving. It lies. It's constantly trying to trick and cloak and pretend it's something that it's not. Right? So, again, I don't have proof. You know, I don't know for a fact.
I don't think anyone does.
But I would be more than willing to bet my life on it being a spiritual thing. Whatever you want to call that. Right?
Entity.
So
you guys are in agreement. Yeah, you guys are in agreement that they're real. I take it.
Whatever it is real. I mean, it's been recorded too many times. That or like you, or even people have suggested like a psyop, right? Like a situation to fuck with us that the government's doing. I would believe that too before I'd believe that there's interdimensional beings whose identity has been known by so many different people in the government, but been kept a big secret.
Well, here's my thing: is what like,
they couldn't even keep 9/11 a secret for more than a year.
Yeah, but this is such a hard conversation to have because you're looking at it from a very different perspective than I'd say 99.9% of people look at it from. You're going straight to God and the Bible.
That's right.
I think it's...
I believe in my heart everything goes back to that.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly. I think it's wild to exist in a limitless universe and not expect there to be some sort of other life form out there.
Well, I mean, I think it's a better time than any, right, to release this information on this podcast.
You're an alien?
Space is cap. Space is cap.
Austin
God
is a firm
damn,
believer
dude.
in it, dude. He's a firm believer.
Sorry, nuts.
What I'm saying is, here's my point. You've never even met a person. You've never even got close to a person in proximity that knows everything about the universe. They have their theories.
It's all theories.
They have math.
It's all
They
theories.
have what's observable between like telescopes and things like that. And again, how much of that is lied to? In the 90s through the 2000s, our what we were told was a picture of the Earth was actually a heavily edited picture of the Earth. And still to this day, no one actually knows what it looks like. That's a little stupid. It's a little crazy. Why do we have to edit it?
What if
What
they
is
just-
in the way
What
that
if
we
they
can't
just
see
use
it?
the Snapchat filter on it?
Again, why not? Why wouldn't they?
They just
Why
wanted
can't they
it-
take a picture of it from the fucking
They
space
want a
station?
little more contrast, make that water bright blue.
I'm telling you, if you go to like
They had to crop out the
YouTube
garbage island.
and you type in like just NASA space station or like NASA astronaut bloopers, there's more videos focused on how much they fuck up or how much shit is unrealistic or not physically possible in a zero gravity environment, then it would blow your fucking mind. I'm just saying, I
get what
think
you're
there's
saying.
a lot that they lie about. Why didn't we go to the moon
But
in
that-
1969? And why have we not been back?
You also got to think of it from a perspective, expecting that this shit is real with dimensional or whatever you want to call it, travel, interplanet travel, aliens, spaceships. I don't know. Like, we know nothing as a human race. Whoever's doing that, they're obviously way further advanced than we are. Your mind can't comprehend it. My mind can't comprehend it. No one can. We don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, but he's saying,
He's essentially saying that we know nothing about space, and I agree with you
No,
completely.
you're saying,
I'm saying we
you're
make
saying
it up.
that space isn't even real.
Yeah, but that's you
To an
can't-
extent.
You
So,
can't
like-
say that's factual by any means, though.
What? That space
That
isn't
space
real?
isn't real.
I don't think that the version of space that we've
Nobody
been
knows.
taught is real. I don't. But I think
Do you
that
think we
they're
can
lying.
breathe?
I think they do know.
You think we can breathe out there?
No,
You think they're lying to us?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know if we've actually ever fucking been.
This is what I would say.
I think we take pictures with really, really, really good telescopes. I don't know if we've been.
If I was
I'm telling you
defending
right now.
from your position, I would just put it at this: you're not allowed to go to Antarctica.
Why is that?
Why?
It's just a big
Just to
block
put
of ice.
that into perspective for you.
You can go to the North Pole. Why can't you go to the South
If you're
Pole?
not allowed to go to Antarctica, there's got to be a reason for that. Well, then why would the government,
Why would
space?
all
There's
of
so
the
many
world's
limitations
when
on
do
everything
all
you can
of the
do.
world's major governments ever
Why
agree
is
on
that?
fucking anything?
Yeah,
But they've
never.
all agreed that they're going to split Antarctica equally, and they're not going to allow anybody
Anyone
there
else can
without
go
a
there.
government pass and a government like babysitter basically the entire time you're there. You are
Aliens.
not allowed to explore
where they
Antarctica
live.
at any point, and it is militarily protected, and you'll be blown the fuck up if you try to go there by yourself.
Isn't that strange?
Explain that. Make that make sense.
Technically, I mean, you'd probably have to get government approval to conduct a space exploration.
Well,
You'd have
I
to,
guess.
right?
I mean,
They'd
a
freak
private-
out if they saw that on your fucking detection device, dude.
Yeah.
What the
Without
fuck?
knowing about it, sure,
What
yeah.
just came out of Utah?
NORAD
Did we
would-
launch something, dude?
we
What
got
the
something
fuck?
here, boss.
We'd all be nuked.
Yeah, we'd all be nuked. We'd all die because some asshole tried to make a rocket. Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's like there's so much back and forth mixing of things that are fake, things that are clearly fake, like clearly faked. Like I'm telling you, go watch those NASA videos. There's so many where
I'm
they're
not
grabbing
disagreeing.
each other's cords. Like right here, it's a cord, and they're grabbing it. Or like anytime there's a chick in space, her hair is frozen solid. It's not moving and waving like everything else does. When you take this, it would just flip and move and do, right? The hair is
It's just
fucking
sitting
perfectly
there.
still. There's so many things, you know what I mean? I don't want to bog us down with all these examples, but seriously, there's so many things. So, like the moon shit. How did we get through the Van Allen radiation belt? How did those satellites with sensitive like digital technology to be able to send a signal back to us to
How'd
get
they
those
make it?
pictures? How the fuck is that getting here? The only way you can explain
no
that is
interruption.
lasers. I mean, lasers are the only thing that can
There
penetrate
wasn't
that
even
far.
a delay.
There wasn't even a delay. It was a live feed in 1969. Can't broadcast a fucking football game from New York to California, but we can broadcast from the fucking moon through a radiation belt that should fucking kill you with tinfoil fucking little landing craft. It's cap, dude. It's bullshit. And I'm not just saying because of the 69 moon landing. I don't think that's not my only reasoning. There's so much other shit that's like bullshit. It's bullshit. We're following the sun.
How do you say
the
it's
sun
fucking
is
bullshit?
hurling through
But
space.
how do you say it's bullshit?
At 550 fucking thousand miles an hour.
Okay,
bullshit.
That might be bullshit. But what I'm
if
saying
that's
is
bullshit, it's all bullshit.
How? But you don't know. So
Back
you
me up on
can't-
this, Chris.
You can't say it's bullshit because you don't fucking know. Because nobody fucking
Nobody
knows.
fucking knows,
Well, yeah,
and that's
yeah,
my
everybody-
point.
I'm saying
It's cap.
I'm saying it's bullshit to act like you know it. I agree with you 100% on that. But you,
I can only point at the things and say,
but you
that's
can't
bullshit.
say
That's bullshit.
You
That's
can't
bullshit.
say. So are
And
you
you know
saying
it in your heart.
Well, then I'm going to ask you because maybe you don't. This is what it kind of came off as when you first started saying this. Do you think space just doesn't exist, or do you think that we just lie about everything that we know about space and that it might exist?
Okay, space as like an existence outside of Earth's atmosphere
Yes.
obviously exists because we can see it. I can
Yes.
go buy a fucking
And you can see
telescope and
stars.
look at stars.
Yep.
Now here's the problem. Every time you look at one of those stars through one of our telescopes, it looks like water, and that fucks me up real bad. Why is it shimmering like a light? Like if you held a light, like a flashlight,
You think they turn the lights on every night?
in space,
It's too fucking
maybe.
dark.
Like
Too
what's
fucking dark, dude.
Like
We gotta get some light
like
at night.
Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like a big door up there and they're all just watching. I don't know, bud. A lot of people, they get down on that fucking like it's a like Matrix, a fucking simulation. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? CIA already said. CIA said this is a big simulation.
What's
believe
the
the
point
CIA?
of What's the point of lying about it though?
Well, because
gain from
and
it?
that's what gets me. Why lie about it? Why bomb? Why bomb and demolish 3 buildings in New York City for what seems like absolutely no reason? I mean, we didn't gain anything from that. We went to war with Afghanistan, one of the poorest countries in the world, for nothing.
it was-
I mean, opium. Maybe you could argue that we got a lot of opium,
It was
and that
pretty
kicked
funny.
off. Yeah, I mean, it
defense.
was funny to watch them.
was pretty funny.
And then Iraq. What was the point of just destabilizing the whole?
Government.
The whole region of the Middle East and creating a security state in America. You could argue that was the motive, and they achieved that because now we're all
What was the
surveillance
point of
nonstop.
creating ISIS? Just for it to now be a major pain in our fucking
Well, again,
ass.
with ISIS,
Same thing with the Taliban.
we gave them all those, and a lot of those people that they caught were undercover Israelis for
Yeah.
what is it, Mossad or Hissad or whatever.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
But I
though they're
know
like
what- I know
special
what you're
force
talking about,
shit,
yes.
like
It's
RCIA.
with a M.
Mossad. Yeah. I mean, what is that about? You know what I mean? I don't know. We could do this all day. They lie about fucking every goddamn thing, and I mean everything. I really do. I don't remember the last honest war we got involved in. I mean, World War II, you could even say was caused off a false flag, or not necessarily a false flag, but an incident that was allowed to happen because people generally wanted nothing to do with that war until we got hit. And it was just convenient that days before we got hit, we moved every important aircraft carrier and destroyer out of there. So the only thing that they destroyed was old, outdated technology that we didn't care about.
Are you saying Pearl Harbor was the original 9/11?
No, I'm not, because there was even more before that. Spanish-American War, we sent an empty ship into a Spanish harbor, and it sat there for 2 weeks because we thought they were going to attack it, and they didn't. Gulf of Tonkin, with the Vietnam, you know what I mean? Same thing. The ship didn't even exist. The Lithuania with World War I, where we sent a civilian carrier ship over to Britain, but
get
then
blown
put on
up.
the radio that it was carrying munitions and supplies. And then they blew it up. We go, with these Germans, we got to get over there. They're a menace.
They're killing Americans.
I'm just saying it's all fucking cap. It's all bullshit. They've done nothing but lie about absolutely everything. Why the fuck would they tell the truth about space? And if there is a firmament of water above us, I don't think they'd want people to know that, because then that confirms the Bible. And if your government isn't God and you have a God that you respect and fear over your government, I think that's a problem for
this guy
governments.
is going off right now.
Boom.
He just debunked
If these
everything.
things weren't so expensive, I'd drop it.
But money doesn't matter. Everything that you're saying, nothing matters.
Well, control matters. Controls is all that matters.
Why don't we all go live off the grid?
We could try. A lot of people are doing it.
But we can't collect rainwater,
It's illegal.
and we can't just milk cows and not pasteurize the milk.
Yeah,
all
it's-
milk will
You can drink as much raw milk as you want. You
It'll-
can't buy or sell
it'll
it.
destroy the world, though.
I don't know what their deal is with that. I mean, pasteurized means boiled or something, right? Like it's the milk
I think
is
so. I think it's just boiled. They essentially clean it just to like make sure that
It's the bacteria, the
enzymes,
bad bacteria, and all
bacteria.
that.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's a natural animal. We're not used to cow's bacteria. I could see that. It is weird though that they'll let you drink yourself to death with something that they know is bad. They'll let you smoke yourself to lung cancer, but they won't let you drink raw milk because you might get sick. You might get the shits or a parasite. They'll let us eat pork every day that's loaded with fucking parasites, but they won't let us drink milk. I don't know. I don't get any of
strange.
it. Yeah.
It is very strange. There's way too much rules and regulations on literally everything.
Everything. Things that don't make any goddamn sense. But if the government packages it, you can take Fetty.
What would be the end? What's the end game, though?
With space or
Like,
just
well,
just
in
lying about
general,
everything in general?
Like
Control.
If you say it's all for control.
Yeah.
Control of what?
Of the status quo, of the current government. I do believe that there are certain people, the powers that be, if you will, certain people, certain entities, maybe even, at the top that want that flow of control and flow of money to consistently be under their control. And again, I don't necessarily know. I always take things to a biblical place, right? That we have to keep the wheels moving. We have to keep moving toward a one world government, a one world banking system. And those things are important biblically because we can't have the Antichrist until those things are achieved. We're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We could have a one world banking system tomorrow. We have the infrastructure for it.
We have countries at war right now, though.
Exactly.
How do you get them all on the same page?
Because they destroy each other. And we go through a period of really bad wars. And then somebody comes out and says, guys, let's all just get along. I got a few ideas. And we go, whoa, this guy, I don't know what it is, but he seems like he knows what he's talking about. I like this guy. You know?
Talking about Trump, right?
No, I'm talking about the Antichrist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? Same thing.
I don't know. People have proposed that. He did get hit in the head. That was the first thing I thought of. I know when you were watching that, you're like, oh, no, not,
not Trump.
But I mean, you got to think of the
this
people.
Guy 3 times.
Well, you got to think of the people that will love the Antichrist, right? It will be.
Unholy.
I don't know if they'll be considered what we talk liberal now.
It'll be liberal.
But yeah, there'll be more people that are of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But the thing with Trump was a little freaky when he got. I mean, but see, it says in the Bible, and it specifically says he'll receive a mortal head wound. Meaning he'll get shot in the fucking head.
And it should have absolutely smoked him.
Should have fucking smoked him. His brain will splatter.
Was out. Yeah.
And then he'll miraculously recover.
See, but
and it will be called a miracle.
That's my
he'll
thing.
call fire down from the sky as a miracle.
I don't
to
think
show
it'll
people.
be Trump. I don't think it'd be anyone on the right. I think we do still hold.
Could be someone on the right.
Dude,
I don't know.
90% of the people that you talk to that consider themselves Republican are pro-life. They're not, and that's the
I'd say
red
a lot
flag.
of them are Christian leaning.
Yeah, but you're going off of somebody's word.
Yeah.
Oh, just they could be lying.
I mean, why would we possibly think that the Antichrist would be telling us the truth?
It's true. He could go for the Republicans first.
But
and I would be more inclined to believe that it would be something like that, trickery, not right in your face, like, oh, obviously this guy's a bad guy.
But I don't know, man.
No. Yeah, he'll be loved.
He'll
be loved so much that they'll worship the image of him.
Oh well, Trump, man, that doesn't sound good. They got Trump stores right now. Are you trying to sway me that Trump is
I'm not saying that. It'll be to us.
Are you inciting violence?
Let me put it this way: if you're saved, you'll know right away.
Yeah.
You'll be like, that guy's full of shit, and I don't know why, but I don't like him. And then everybody else around you will go, what the fuck's wrong with you? This guy's saving the whole world.
Are saved?
I don't know. I don't like him. Huh?
Are you saying liberals are saved, and we're the ones that are unsaved?
No, I'm saying we're not there right now.
What I was going to say
was, but we could be there tomorrow very easily.
If you had to look at either side and tell me which one was leaning more towards satanic worship,
the liberals.
It's not even close.
100%.
Yeah, just with everything, their whole stance. If you preach this 25 years ago, 1999, well, shit, almost 26 years
Preach
ago. Preach
what? What I'm saying?
No,
about
what
everything
they're saying.
Being
What they want. They want abortion. They want transgenders. They want all this shit to be normal.
They would be radicals, yeah.
Oh, my God.
They'd be fucking weirdos.
People would be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah.
I don't want to go to hell. I'm not voting for you.
And that's actually a really great example, Grant, how much the culture has changed in 25 years. 10 years. 2015.
they're setting the groundwork for something. That's
100%.
what it seems like to me. Because, like,
100%.
what's the point? And especially when it comes to the abortion thing, yeah, there's a lot of women who will die on that hill. So, like, I get how that could sway votes. But for transgenders, you're talking about less than 1% of the population.
Yeah.
Probably even less than 1/10% of the population.
I think it is 1/10. Yeah, it's like 0.1 or 2 or something like that.
And they're dying on that hill. Like, everything they say, they want it to be free. They want the transition shit to be free. They want it to be covered by the military. They want them to be in the military. They want them to be represented in all fucking,
Trans?
Yeah.
Want to be in the military?
Yeah.
What the fuck for?
To get free surgeries, to get free.
Oh.
That's why a lot of them. That's why there is transgenders in the military. They join to get the military.
Right.
To cover
That was an
their,
Obama thing.
Yeah.
You can get a nice boob job too.
You
Get
can
yourself some
girls
fucking
will say they're
bolt-ons.
depressed, and they'll get some big old biddies on
Yeah.
there, you know, and they'll still be depressed, but they'll be getting railed by the whole barracks.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
What about the Navy? Is that any better?
Well, it's just guys, fucking guys.
All right,
you
cool.
know.
They're not too concerned
No,
with what the women are
you'll
doing
still
on the
be
ship.
fine if you join.
I've been pushing my daughter
You'll
to
be
potentially
really good
join
at,
the Navy.
You'll be really good at fitting pipe.
Me?
Yeah.
I would join the Navy tomorrow if they'd have me.
Fitting pipe.
I'd fit some pipe.
Yeah.
I'd figure it out.
You could fit some pipe, man. But, like, it's so crazy how crazy things have gotten. Like, fuck,
Again.
man. We've said this 100 times.
We just went full circle.
We did.
If someone told you 10 years ago that this was going to be, you know, the new shit, that transgender was going to be the new, you know, gay
They'd say
people.
you're fucking crazy.
Yeah. It'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I've never seen a man dressed as a woman before.
Again, I got to go right back around to Chris's point. The further we moved away from God, we were much more
I don't even but like
conscientious
I said,
of God
if
as a
you're-
nation
if you're-
25 years
if
ago
you're
than we
an
are now.
atheist watching this, I don't even think it's necessarily. I don't even think you should look at it at the point that you're getting away from God. You're getting away from natural order.
Careful with that natural word.
Yeah.
Chris, did you see the last episode?
God and the nuclear family. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yes.
didn't watch it.
You didn't see the last episode?
No, he
You
didn't
didn't
watch
send
it.
it to me.
Wait. Fuck.
He shouldn't
All right,
even be here,
I mean-
dude. He doesn't deserve that gay pink chair he's sitting on right now.
No, that's not the gay pink one.
It's red.
Yeah. I was going to...
Maybe I'm colorblind.
No. Trust me.
These
The
are
one I'm
pissing-
talking about...
This is pissing me off.
That it moves.
Can I lock this in?
Yeah, I think so. The tab on the side, right?
I don't want to break it because I know it's your son's.
It's my wife's, actually,
Oh,
but
it's
my
your
son
wife's.
mostly uses it. Does the other one move?
My elbows keep like pushing them out because I'm autistic.
Yeah,
and I
these
can't
don't-
sit so.
These don't move
But,
unless
like,
I want them
seriously, you're getting away. If you don't believe in God, cool. Like, not cool. Like, you should. You should believe in some sort of higher power. I do believe in that. But, like, at least look at it from the perspective of this is so unfucking natural. Like I said, you know, like we talked about. Like, the gay thing at least happens, you know, somewhere in your fucking DNA. Transgenderism does not. It's not a DNA thing. No one's born.
It's a
and
chemical
just-
thing.
Okay, so now we're going back into that. So if it is,
Well, that's why I had
let's say-
such an
okay,
issue with what you were
well, let's
saying
say-
natural
but
last
let's
week,
say
though.
it is a chemical thing. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain. What do we do to fix people with chemical imbalance in their brain nowadays? We give them medication. We give them
Medications.
fucking, you know,
Balance them out.
whatever it's called.
But you can't do that
Therapy.
anymore. So we used to have a thing called body dysmorphia. Now we don't.
What do you mean? I
Well-
have body dysmorphia.
No. I'm talking real body dysmorphia. Like, you look at your arm and you fucking hate that thing. You want to cut it off.
Yeah, I have that.
Really?
I hate
Then
my
you need to
body.
be medicated. Yeah, but I'm saying if a person can look, it's the same, like anorexia, it's a form of that. Like, a skinny person can look in the mirror and genuinely
so
think
fat.
that they are overweight,
But
fat,
they're, like, literally
disgusting.
near
But
death.
they're like rail skinny, right?
Yeah.
So that bounces off into other like mental disorders, right? So that's all transgenderism really is. And again, that pisses people off to say that offends people. But to look at yourself as a male, like, and say, I am a woman and I need to look like a
The
woman to be
word-
happy with myself, that's body dysmorphia.
The word retard has essentially been outlawed, even though it was originally fucking, you know, created for people who were mentally retarded. That was the medical.
that was the nice version.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. You instead of calling them a freak or a mongoloid. Or
Mongoloid.
fucking,
That was the medical term, was a mongoloid idiot.
yeah. So then they switched it to
Hilarious.
someone who was mentally retarded, and then now that's become such a big issue. You can't even say that anymore. Mentally
We should kick it back.
Mentally challenged.
Is that what it is?
Yes,
I thought
you
it was
He's
handicapped.
mentally challenged or mentally
I don't even
handicapped.
think it's challenge anymore.
Yeah,
But
because that
handicap-
implies that they're not the same as
handicap
you.
Can be an offensive word to a fucking actual physically handicapped person. To call them a handicap is like, oh, duh.
Really?
That wasn't a retard noise.
Oh.
That was just me going.
This guy. That's what we do on this show, Chris. We push limits. You know.
It's okay.
Fuck
No,
you fat retard.
I
fag.
actually fuck you, bitch. I do think that we should kick that old school though. Instead of saying retard, just start saying mongoloid again and see if people like that better.
I don't. I think it would go right over people's heads.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wouldn't
no
even know what it
idea.
means.
No
Yeah.
idea.
I think we just figured something out. Look at that mongoloid.
Well, what's another word we can use for the blacks then? Because they really caught on to that N word real quick.
Well, I mean, we're almost there. We've almost come full circle because we, way back in the day, you would say colored people, or like on the
And now they're
signs
saying-
that segregated
yeah, and that
people
was
would say
offensive.
colored for drinking fountains and white for
But now
drinking
they're
fountains.
people of color.
But we've almost come We've almost
People of
come back
color.
full circle, and now we say people of color.
Doesn't that sound better than saying colored people? They're people of color.
Is it not the same goddamn thing? That's why I genuinely.
It
But
used
that's
to
why I
be-
say everything's cap. I really do think they're fucking with us.
Do you remember growing up when it was offensive to call someone black?
Yeah, you had to
You
say
called them
African American.
African American.
Yeah, and
how
now everybody
fast
goes
that
by black.
Fucking died.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this goes back to the.
Black people chose that. They're like, nah, that's weird. I'm not.
Yeah.
My family's Jamaican. I'm not even from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It
not
is
African
weird.
American,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
American,
that's
or
a little too
I'm
much history
Jamaican
peppered
American.
in there too, because you're like, well, all black people come from, Africa.
Come from Africa.
Yeah, and it's like, hey,
You were only
take
only
it
in,
easy.
You were only in Jamaica because we brought you there.
Yeah, that's a little too much, I
Dude,
think, for people to bite
But,
off.
like, this goes back to the discussion I had about racial slurs, man. It's all gibberish, and there's no point in getting offended. And I talked about this with my buddies the other night. We were sitting around a fire, and I actually kind of looked at one of them because I literally said to him, I was like, "There's not a word you could say to me that would make me want to fight you, or like
There's
get
one
mad
word I
or
can think
physically
of.
attack you. Say it."
Simple.
No, I couldn't care less, dude. I could not care less.
Just depends on who says it.
Exactly. There's not a person, like if you know me and you say some hurtful shit, then obviously I'll get mad. But there's not a single word that a random person could come up to me and say that would make me just like attack them. Verbally, physically, whatever.
I don't think there's anything that could get me going that bad either.
What the fuck is the point, dude?
Again, the context, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
It's like,
but if I was already mad at you, that would be.
then yeah, anything you say
One
at that
thing,
point.
but-
Yeah, there's a random stranger coming over to you, perfectly calm, and just saying, "You cracker."
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah,
No, there's nothing.
yeah. I got to tell you, I don't particularly enjoy being called a white boy. Again, context is important, but
So you got a problem with blacks?
That's not only black people who say that. It's anybody really.
Fucking with you.
I mean, Mexicans say it. They just have their
Version of it?
Spanish word for it. Yeah, but I mean, I don't particularly like that. It's disrespectful in its nature to call me boy. You know what I mean?
So is it
Be-
boy?
It's the boy part for sure.
I
It's
think
white
it's,
boy.
I
It
think
makes
it's
me feel like a
disrespectful.
white little boy.
I think it's disrespectful to call any man, full
Boy.
grown man,
Boy.
a boy.
Well, okay. I mean, there's context. I mean, I
Boy.
do throw boy around a lot,
You're
like
talking
with
about
Brady.
are you talking about the froghorn, leghorn boy?
Yeah.
Boy.
Well, like I just mean in like our general like Chris, like being from like a trade. If a guy was new, it didn't matter if he was 40 fucking
you called him
5.
boy.
He was boy until he learned the ropes.
But that's-
you're just a boy out here. I'll
That's-
teach you
That's
I'll teach you how
not
to do.
something to get fucking super butthurt about.
And some people do.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's
It's
not
weird.
the. I don't know.
It
just
is
makes you
disrespectful.
feel- yeah, it is.
It's
I mean,
meant to be disrespectful.
It's
Hopefully they'd have a good sense of humor
it's
about
intended
it.
to be.
Yeah, but it's intended to be like, nah, I'm daddy out here. You're just a boy, and I'll
Yeah.
teach you. I don't care if you're 50
that
fucking 7.
fades.
You don't know how to run this
That's-
pipe underground? I'll show you,
That's
baby
just
boy.
some
Come here.
good old fucking, what do they call it? Hazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I had to wrestle naked
But I don't
at Virginia
really.
for hazing. Get over it, dude. I'd much rather be called boy for fucking a year.
Finally, Grant's
than wrestle
origin
someone
story.
naked, dude.
They start calling you boy after.
All right, I gotta elaborate on this. This seems super gay. This guy's like, no wonder why this guy says fag so much.
Yeah.
So it's called ram fighting, and essentially it's like rugby
Somehow
shoulder.
that's gayer.
Shoulder on shit. It really does sound gayer now that I think about it. And it's like rugby, like the shoulder to shoulder, like push each other type shit. It's not like you're grabbing fucking dick or anything weird like that, but. You know,
But it could happen.
the freshman,
But it was a hazing thing for a
Yeah,
fraternity, or was it for the football
the
team?
football team.
Okay.
You know, a little bit of.
I mean, the fraternities get super fucking weird with the
it was a
weird
great time.
hazing shit
it
they
was
do.
fun. It was funny. No one ever got hurt except for one kid. After I left, I guess he like.
Did you have to go up against a black guy naked?
Oh God! Thank
God,
God
that would
not.
defeat me right away, right?
You know, have that thing slapping you in
Dude,
the face
that
while you're
thing
bumping shoulders with him,
Fucking
dude.
slaps you in the thigh or something. You're like, all right.
It touched me.
Why do you think theirs are like on average so much bigger than all the other races?
That's a good question.
What do you think, Chris?
You think that would have phased out being in Africa because it would have slowed them down, but it didn't.
Yeah, I mean they have to secure it before they go on a good run.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, why is that? And the Asians are so much smaller than the world average.
These are all stereotypes that are not.
No,
completely
these
true.
are averages that are
Can
taken.
you pull this up?
I don't
Jamie,
know.
We need to.
Jamie,
we
give
need
me-
a goddamn
give me
Jamie
Give me the
bad.
dick size of every race, the average dick size.
Joey said he was going to help me. We'll get a laptop on the table, and then so
I
whatever
thouver you were saying he's going to help you measure.
he could also do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty good at it. I measure from the bottom. Obviously, somebody told me that a long time ago. Don't make yourself feel worse
Don't
than you
cheat.
have to.
Don't cheat yourself.
Um,
Everyone's got a little bit of the food. Get that
But-
extra half inch in there.
But I mean, no, these are statistics. I mean, it's in. You could Google it. You know, it's statistics that people volunteered to take. So it's like big sample groups of people that volunteered to have
That's
their shit
wild
measured.
because I've never had someone ask me, are they measuring soft or hard?
Both.
Wow.
hmm
That would
Wow.
be very uncomfortable. I
And
had
you know who has the
That's
most growth?
skewing my numbers.
Is
here.
the whites.
Is whites.
Really?
Yeah. Where apparently, on average, as a race, we are growers, not showers.
We are growers, not showers.
And then the Asians have the least amount of growth from flaccid size. Or actually, I'm sorry, the blacks have the least amount of growth from flaccid to hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
This got really gay really fast.
Yeah, it did.
but,
And
you know.
Americans are smaller than American whites are smaller than European whites.
Really?
And they say that's because of circumcision.
Wow.
And that fucking piss you off?
I mean, that
Not really,
would
man.
Make sense.
Lost
I,
a good half inch because just someone said I needed
Yeah,
to
but I don't-
clip some extra skin off the end of it.
I don't want to have to deal with what comes with that. I don't want to clean that thing, you know.
You're right. I don't
Girls
know
are
what that's
freaked
like.
out by it. It looks like a fucking earthworm. You ever
Are you
seen-
are you clipped? Are you getting your son clipped?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a lot of. I mean, I don't care.
Well,
I
do you know the
honestly,
science
if I could
behind
go
that?
back
Well,
and like
as
before,
of right now, yes.
yeah, I'm telling you, if I could go back like before my son was clipped and somebody kind of like explained to me the process better, I would have probably not done it because I don't think they're doing it anymore. But when my son was born, they were doing like this new experimental thing where they put like a plastic ring on it. Like they pulled the skin forward and then slipped like a plastic ring over it basically to cut off the circulation to that skin. And then
It falls
eventually
off.
it falls off itself. But his dick just looks so mangled up and he's
Whoa.
like this little baby. Not anymore. It's fine. You know,
There's a lot of people that have things go wrong.
but yes, so with that plastic ring shit, apparently it was fucking kids up, and their dick was getting all fucked up. Thank God, or
Well,
they were getting
not
really
even-
bad infections.
not even just the plastic, the newer stuff. I mean, dude, like, this has been a thing.
Are you saying when they
forever.
were just straight up
It-
snipping?
It fucks,
oh yeah,
it
clip
fucks some
the
guys
fucking
up.
clip of it.
Well, not even just that. Some people have additional nerve tissue that is in the
The skin,
foreskin.
yeah. So they
When it gets clipped, you lose
feel it?
sensitivity.
Oh well, that's normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But
too.
there's some people that have more than others and less in their actual dick itself. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So
you're saying that they lose most of their
they
sensitivity.
lose a very good amount of sensitivity.
so they can't come.
There's some guys out there that like sex is not great for them.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's terrible.
that would be terrible. But then again, you wouldn't know any different either.
No, but
How would you know? Actually,
I'm
Yeah.
kind of up in the air.
Like
on
if somebody
that.
tells you
it's like, yeah, it was great,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, me too.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how'd that feel for you? You know, like 7. Me 10.
Well,
Whoa, what? You know, and then they figure
Wait
it
a
out.
second.
I don't know. That is true. How do you figure that out?
I don't know, but if I had a son, I would have to think about it. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you know, does it outweigh having to have this thing that you have to constantly clean?
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
That's a
there's
thing.
Just a
People
lot
try to-
of like take care that goes into it. That I didn't even think about.
People
I guess.
try to talk that down, but that's true. Like,
Yeah.
you get
I've
you get stuff in
yeah.
there.
I've never.
Yeah.
Think about how dirty
Dick cheese.
think
That's
about
where
how dirty
the
your
term
gets
dick
with that.
cheese came from.
Put a fucking turtleneck on that thing.
Yeah. Get
Little
that
hoodie.
cheese up in there. Gotta pull it back, wipe it off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it had a purpose for us.
It was
right?
a sheath.
Like, yeah, it was a sheath. Maybe so stuff didn't get up. Little gnats
Well, I
didn't
think
get
it
up in
kept-
there or
help-
something like
help keep
like
it-
how a dog's dick
when
is.
we had no clothes or anything.
yeah,
else.
you know what I mean.
I
Very
think
minimal
I
clothing.
think it helps keep it like not let it dry out. I guess would probably be my guess. It was like one
Get
of the main
calloused
things.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause,
That
I
is
mean,
weird.
My dick just looks like the bottom of somebody's foot, dude. I got Johnny Appleseed dick. You know,
I don't even know what that means.
Nothing else.
Provocative though. Gets people
just
going.
calluses, dude.
Just calloused
Just
up.
calloused up. I don't use lotion.
You're a dry
I'm a
jerker.
dry jerker.
Okay, but like, are you just moving the skin up and down, or are you actually
Getting
getting
all up in
friction?
there. Getting all up in there, dude.
You are creating friction with your
That
hand.
thing's took a beating over the years.
Honestly,
Chris.
that is extremely interesting to me. Are you really a dry jerker? I
Yeah.
have a theory about dry jerkers.
What's the theory?
I don't
dude?
want to tell you.
Let me
because
hear
you
it.
might get
Don't be a
offended.
serial killer.
Yeah, give me. Come on.
Are you a dry jerker?
I mean, I have been,
You have dry jerked it in situations that you had to,
of course.
but on average, lubrication of some kind is
always
preferred.
It's always
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
What are
I
you?
bet
I think like in,
I
I
bet
think in
you
like
weren't
June,
thinking
What
about
are you?
this.
I am all the way. If I can't have some kind of lubrication in that situation, I probably just won't do it. I think when I was in juvie, maybe once or twice I had to dry jerk it in a pinch. You know what I mean? Just
You
get that
did not-
demon out
you
of me.
just did not enjoy
Yeah,
it.
it was fucking like a week and a half as a 16-year-old is just too. You got too much.
A lot
You know
of
what I mean?
tea.
Did you
I had
just-
to, I had to
Lot of
walk.
tea.
I had to like
squirted
waddle.
out. You squirted out a baby.
Yeah, dumped off some children in juvie, dude. Yeah,
Some
and that was
thick swimmers.
Yeah, it was a. We'll get into that some other time. I'll tell stories about that place, but some nasty
Hey,
shit
dude,
going
it's
on
not,
in there.
It's not gay if you're in juvie.
At 16 years old, how much can you possibly miss? Like
A woman that you
getting
make,
action
that you, make a
you
boy
would
a woman.
resort to. Yeah, right.
You're
That
gay.
was weird to me. I'm like, I'm 16. I've had sex like 10 times.
You're gay, dude.
total.
You're gay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm good.
You're gay.
You know what I mean? I've been jerking off for the last 4 years. This is
Dude,
fine.
If you
You know what I
go-
mean?
if
Like,
you're
no-
in prison for life, bro, and you're fucking dudes, you're gay. No, dude, there's no ands, ifs, or buts.
I'm agreeing with
Well,
you.
there's
I just
butts.
I don't see. It's hard to put myself in that situation. Like 20 years in, where I haven't even fucking seen a woman.
I'd much rather jerk off.
I don't think so. I don't think that I could physically do it.
I'd sneak in a pocket pussy. I would figure something out.
Oh
there.
yeah, they
I
make fifis.
Could not stick
You
that
ever heard of this, Chris?
in
a
any place
fifi?
like that.
It's a special treat. You get the rubber gloves that they use. Get a pair of those, some rubber bands,
There's no wet napkins.
and some lotion. And you fill the 2 rubber gloves up with water, and you like tie them off, and then you group them together with the rubber bands. Get some lotion in there.
And
It's
I'd
a
marry
fifi.
it. I'd
It's a
marry
prison
it.
house
I'd
fifi.
put a ring on it.
That's
And
fine. Yeah,
That would be my wife.
I'd be all right with that.
You probably could legally marry that.
Yeah.
Well,
My
most
question
prisons
is-
you can still get conjugal
Now,
visits and stuff. Still bang your wife,
with-
even if it's once a month or something. It's still
with
better
trans-
than
with trans
resorting to a
peoples.
dude.
There's
a good use for them.
There's me trans women in male prisons with big old fake titties.
I don't think so. I think it's the opposite. I think they put like male to female in female prisons.
But they don't put male to female. Wait, say that again. They put male to female
Actually,
ones
yeah.
with dick intact in prison. I've heard of that, and they
I-
knocked up like 3 of the girls or
Yeah.
something wild.
So they have
But
to be
why
put
not-
in a
but
special unit.
Why not vice versa?
I think that, well, again, I think that there's real life. You know, there's like the liberal view of how people think that things go. But I think there's real life that they're like, yeah, but it's still a woman with the same woman bone structure. And if we put that in prison, they're going to get beat to
Well, why
death.
wouldn't they even just put in a guy who transitioned to a woman looks like a woman, why wouldn't they put them in
male
prison?
prisons, because everybody would fuck them.
Well, it's the same thing with the little petite dude getting put in prison. He's getting fucking raped. So
Yeah, but he doesn't have tits and like facial reconstruction surgery to look like a woman.
You're losing me.
Yeah, I know.
You're losing me.
I really.
It makes no sense. It's the
I
same
mean,
thing.
dude, you would be a king. You
In
know,
prison?
if you're like, okay, if you're really trans, right? You're gay,
Yeah.
and you transition to look like a woman because you want to get fucked by dudes. Already, you're fine with that, getting fucked by dudes. Now you can make a business out
Now
of this.
you need to get.
I mean, you're going to have
fuck a
all the
business,
finest
dude.
commentaries.
Get,
you know, like
you get with the
oh,
most powerful.
you
want
to see these tits? That's 2 packs of ramen.
Who's probably
you know what I mean?
a
Like-
giant ass, let's be honest here, probably black dude, and that would be your husband, and he would protect you, and that would be your life from now on,
And you would.
Sounds pretty great. You could have all the cigarettes you could possibly want to smoke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're going to have all the cool things that you could ever want. You're going to negotiate, prices for that. That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
I'd sell it.
And they would treat you like a woman.
Yeah, everybody would be
Wow.
very respectful of you.
Yeah.
I know. I think we figured something out. Now, is it gay if you're in prison for 20 years and there is a trans person in there that looks like a woman and you're just like, let me see your tits so I can imagine that later. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's gay.
Are tits?
Yeah, well, that's a feminine. At least you're imagining a feminine piece. It's not like you're like, hey,
This is very...
show me your mangled fucking vagina.
This is very murky territory.
It is.
Because if you, like, for instance...
Chris is regretting.
Chris, yeah.
He's
Well,
like, I should have never.
let me
fucking
give
came
you a
here.
scenario, Chris. Let me give you a scenario. So this happened to a person I know.
You got about 5 minutes.
Until you got to dip out? All right.
Make it
So
quick.
this is great then for you to leave on this note. So a guy I know, I was in the shipyard with him. He went to prison for 7 years for beating a trans person like very, very badly. And the situation was, it was Mardi Gras.
For treating them badly, you said?
Beating them.
Beating them, okay.
the crap out of them
That's
really
different.
badly. So the situation was, is they were at Mardi Gras. This person looked exactly like a woman. He was also drunk, so his judgment probably wasn't great. And took this person back to his hotel room, received head from this person, the full Monty, whatever, everything went off as planned. And then after the deed was done, found out that this person had a dick and freaked out and beat him up. Now, was he gay for receiving head from a person he thought was a woman? And he got fooled, obviously.
See, this is one of those things you just take to the grave.
Yeah, you just don't tell anybody.
No.
He told me pretty.
I don't
like,
know. I don't know if there's a right answer.
Now, if like what you're saying, if I was in that situation and then found out after the fact, I wouldn't tell anybody.
Well,
like
obviously, he went to prison for beating up. You said he went to prison?
Yeah, he was in prison for 7 years.
So was that...
And then he worked in a naval shipyard.
Was that worth it? Or you could just repress that memory in the back of your mind.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, for fear of going to prison.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, on the basis of...
Is it gay?
That's not gay, because you thought it was a girl.
Yeah, it was false
You got tricked.
pretenses.
I don't think it could be. I don't think it could be. You were 100% in your head.
Yeah, a woman.
Both had.
A woman just did that to me.
No idea what you were coming into tonight, did you?
I
Did you think this was a
It was pretty
possibility?
mild. Yeah,
I didn't think it was that bad.
Did you enjoy being on here?
I did.
that's good, man.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll see you guys next week.
I know. Oh yeah, next week, dude. I'm serious. I want to have guests on. Like,
Are we going to ramble on for like another little bit?
what are we at? We started at 8.
I have no fucking idea.
Do you see what time it is?
9, almost 10.
Holy
Almost
shit,
10.
It's been 2 hours?
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I guess
Chris, I
we'll
thought you
just
said
go ahead.
1 hour.
9:50.
Oh, shit. Well, we better
Yeah.
cut it to a close then.
Yeah, we've been on
It's
for
been
2
great.
hours.
Don't
This
make
was-
me stop you.
This
No,
was very
I
good.
mean, we
Oh,
want to keep it
how
to
much?
around 2
2
hours.
hours.
That's
is
like our
fucking plenty, dude.
yeah, that's our mark that we're trying to hit. Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Let's be
depending on
honest.
what's
You
going on.
listen to that 4-hour one, you're probably like, holy
It's too much.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time, but I'm used to listening to longer podcasts anyway,
Well,
so it doesn't really bother
Last
me.
thing, give us some feedback. I mean, where do you see us improving? What do you think our weak points are? Some sort of constructive. You're a guy who listens. Better fucking say we're doing good, dude.
Say something nice.
But like, man, you listen to a lot of
it's good.
podcasts.
Yeah, it's very open. I mean,
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Well, you literally just did.
Yeah, sorry.
The only thing I would say is I would try one structured with
Like have a topic.
with at least like footnotes
Yeah.
and see how that felt and how it ended up. Just so you're not bouncing at all.
Should we disclose that with the viewers? Like, hey, we're gonna try something.
Yeah.
If you
I'd say
wanted
so,
to.
yeah.
I mean,
All 4 of you.
I think
Thank
it's good. I think it's good to have somewhere that are just like off the cuff, whatever, catching up, whatever comes
yeah,
up.
it may not even
And
be
then
all the time.
I do, like I've talked to you about that too. Like I do want to do ones where we break down like a subject and talk about it. Maybe not like
Like
the
you could
entire
pick-
cast, but like really dig into it
Into
and
one-
break it
one
down
thing.
to a
Because
point.
honestly,
yeah.
any of the topics we were on, you could make an entire podcast
I know.
Absolutely.
out
Yeah.
of any of them. So
God, we really bounced around. We went from nuclear holocaust.
That's what
to
we do.
like
trannies.
I could come back on here and talk more about the nuclear stuff for
I would love
one
that.
entire podcast.
I actually
I'm
would
saying
like
you could
that
make
too.
that a podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I could, do more research on everything and
Well, it's
Sure.
good.
I'd actually really like
it's
that.
good to have people that come on that know a lot about something that we're
certain
not
thing,
familiar
yeah.
with.
well, I don't know shit about it. All I did was read a book.
Dude, you read a
Well,
fucking
you know
book
more than
on
me
it.
and
You
this
know a lot
fucking
more than
dipshit over
us.
here.
But
And we could always put you in a lab coat and lie.
that is true.
This
This is our
uh,
expert. that we have
Austin,
here.
Austin said it's happening anyway.
Yeah.
It's not the same guy from the last podcast. He's a learning doctor.
Who do you guys want on here? If you could, out of this is hard because we don't necessarily have all the same friends either.
You're
Out of
talking about, like,
everybody
work people?
collectively that we know, like
I
work
bet
people.
you if we
I
got,
guess it would have to be because that's all that
Yeah.
we know.
I bet you if we got Eminem on here, Michelle.
Oh, yeah, that'd be.
I bet that would be good.
You're talking
That guy's
about
got some-
bouncing around.
That guy's got some wild stories.
There'd be
Oh,
no way.
God, I
There'd be
just
no way
figured
to
out-
pin that
I
guy
just
down to
figured
one
out
subject.
who you
Yeah.
were
I think
talking
Thomas would be interesting too,
Thomas would be great.
just because he has like kind of conflicting thoughts about stuff that I find interesting. Like he's a Marine.
You think he'd do it?
He is conservative, but he has like a lot of liberal leaning type of.
Yeah.
Probably he wants to see these episodes really bad too. And genuinely, at
Tell him
first,
he
I think
can't-
we were being really careful. But like now, I feel like we're at a point to where we're rolling. Like
Playing with
it's
fire though, dude. Because if it gets to one person, it gets to another, and then it goes. If it goes up the ladder,
well,
the
maybe
chain
we'll
of
start.
command-
Maybe we'll start like restricting some of the other episodes to like because they're pretty much capped out where they're going to get with views. And I know we wanted to just kind of like build a catalog. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a lot of this too is us just kind of working through it, like figuring shit out. I mean, this is our 3rd episode now in
here.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, we're just kind of figuring shit out. We're going to keep working on this whole. I like the chair and table vibe. You know what I mean? It's cool because
I
we
like
can.
the setup. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit more versatile, I think, whatever. But I'm not opposed to getting a big ass sectional in here. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever's more comfortable,
Casting couch.
Yeah, legit. A black one with like white stains all over it.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I have thought about that for sure. I kind of just want to be a variety podcast. Like sometimes we shoot
Talk
the
about
shit,
everything.
but there are things that me and you are pretty well versed in. I mean, especially when it comes to history or in like war history, like we could do multiple casts
That's what I'm
just
saying. You
on
guys are
like
talking
different
about
wars.
Stuff that I know
Yeah.
nothing about. But if you were gonna get Big T on here, I would say get him on here first before you let him see any of the other videos.
Get it so we can't back out.
Just
Now you're locked in.
yeah,
You're
just
part
have
of this.
Him, just have him
Trick
do
fucking.
one.
Yeah, you hear that, T?
And we're sending this on a company-wide email
Yeah.
to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a bad idea. I don't know. Again, there are some situations where we talk about things that are controversial, but like that's who we are. Like
Yeah.
that's,
We don't come from a place of hate, like any of it.
I think we're pretty clear about that too. But again, everybody, anything you say can be taken
Oh,
out of context now.
Absolutely.
So it is what it is. If they're going to take something out of context, they're going to do it. You know what I mean? So at this point, I don't really care. But yeah, It was great having you on, Chris.
Absolutely.
You
Thanks,
definitely were, like, we talked about multiple times, like, definitely getting you in here and having you on. And
well, that's another thing, too. Like, it's hard when you don't, for me anyways, when you don't know exactly, like, what is going to be talked about. Like, if it's stuff that, I don't know, I could be more, like, clear-minded or direct-minded on, like, okay, we're going to talk about this, so, like, I'm going
Stay
to
on
brush
track.
up and I'm going to, spew the information and be
Yeah.
more informational rather than, like, trying to adapt to
whatever the fuck me and Grant are
whatever
throwing
else.
around.
Well, no, not like that, but just, like,
No, I know what you mean. It's kind of
just be
spitballing back
more-
and forth.
Be more put together. I'm
Yeah.
very constructive. Like, I like being
You are very
I
organized.
like being very organized with stuff, but I didn't think it was bad.
No, not at all. So yeah, we should do that. We should definitely go ahead and do your brush ups. I want to break that down with the nuclear shit. I find that very interesting. And what happens like after? Like what? I mean, essentially the whole world's destroyed. But what does that look like
the
in the
whole world.
interval? Not the whole
No.
world. So there would be areas that would be inhabitable. Maybe
Australia.
Antarctica. Maybe that's why they're keeping it
Australia'd
nice.
be out there. They'd probably be fine.
That's
It'd
true.
be hard to narrow down, but yeah, I think the total death toll, at least in the scenario, was 6 billion.
I mean, 2 billion is still a lot of people, though. I guess if you think about
in that scenario. Dude.
Not us,
might be
dude.
all right,
Are you
dude.
kidding me? The U.S. would be a fucking pincushion for everybody. There's so many countries that probably have shit just exclusively ready for us. You know what I mean? Like, we're the
This
biggest
one's
threat.
Going to
We're,
Tallahassee.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
everybody was
This
just
one's going
launching
to-
them, we would be taking a
we'd
while.
be fucking fucked up. Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe right in the center. You know,
it would all
Like,
depend on how
up
many
in the mountains.
how many we got hit with. I was actually surprised that the nukes didn't cause more damage. Like in my head, I was thinking like, oh,
whole world's
one
done.
nuke,
Yeah.
you're like that's the whole U.S. But it's not.
No, it's actually pretty controlled within small.
It's the
I mean, you're talking
doses.
millions for sure. Like even with one, you're probably gonna have like a couple million dead
But not
over time.
fucking 100 million.
Not on direct impact, but like with the
fallout.
the fallout
Yeah.
and all that.
That's what's
Crawl out
interesting to
through the
me.
Fallout, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Not good.
I mean, the fallout makes entire regions completely inhabitable for hundreds of years
Yeah.
or whatever crazy,
Well-
right? Like Chernobyl. When can people
Never.
Pripyat or whatever? No,
It's like
not
a-
never.
It's like 150,000 years.
It's not-
no.
no,
Yes.
it's not that long.
It's a couple hundred years.
You guys better look into that because I actually know a lot about Chernobyl.
I'll look into
no, it's not. It's
I watched the show.
it's.
You ever see? Did you see that show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Look at me. Thousands.
thousands of years.
Seriously, does safely
I gotta
wait
see.
for
I'll
radiation
Google it on my
levels?
way.
Yeah,
to be
give that a
within
Google,
safe
Christopher.
reasons? I'm telling you. We'll Google it. I can Google it right now.
Fucking Google it right now, bitch. No, he's got to go. But and we'll save that. We'll save that for the next one. I would like to know that.
I won't pull it out on you right now.
I'm gonna pull it out. as soon
I'd
as I
like
get
to
out.
know that. And yeah, man. So I guess we'll fucking we got a lot coming. And I do like your idea. We're gonna do some structured ones where we have people
Let's do
on.
it the
Just
next
to
time.
see,
Fuck
just
it.
to see.
Next
Let's
one
just
we'll
do
do
a
a structured one. All right.
Just to see.
And it doesn't even have to be a guest. We'll just talk about guns the whole time. That's something that we
You
know.
could,
Yeah.
We'll just
honestly,
break it
yeah.
down.
Why not?
I'm,
And then you can listen to that one. Maybe we'll help you sway you into
Maybe you
buying
will.
a gun.
I do feel like you
Maybe
do need
you
to
will.
watch the last one. I feel like a lot of it was directed at you.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Quit
it.
being a pussy. Buy
I'm
a
gonna-
fucking
I'm gonna
gun,
start it-
CB.
I'm gonna
All right.
start it on my way.
Well, hey, this has been the Brackish Bandits podcast. Thank you for listening, whoever's out there.
Like, comment,
know.
subscribe.
Please and trash us. Trash not Chris, but me and Grant trash
You
us.
can
Yeah, we
trash
don't
me
come
too.
along.
it's
Don't
fine.
trash Chris. All right.
See you, boys.